Oh yes, a very good morning. Welcome to Shop on TV. How are you guys? Wherever you're watching from, ITV1, STV, YouTube, it's so good to have your company. My name is Charlie, and yes, we're talking about all things cleaning. We're talking about household maintenance, but made very, very easy. We're joining Bev, who we're going to say hello to in a few minutes' time. We've got the most incredible steam mops and the most incredible deals. But firstly, can I talk to you about this? Because this could well be the last time we get to see this. This is the Girmi mattress vacuum. So it uses UV light, powerful suction and vibrations. To be talking to you about vibrations, 3,000 per minute. So that helps to lift up all of those dust mites, those human dead skin cells, which the dust mites love, of course. I know it's not nice to talk about, but it's a problem we all have to deal with. This could be your single bed, your double bed, this could be sofas, your three-piece suites. But if we can help lower the amount of dust mites in our homes, well, less likely to get allergies. You know, people say, what I've been reading online, it could even trigger asthma, that sort of thing. Obviously, do your own research, but anything we can do to help lower those dust mites, lower those skin cells in our beds, my word, that is worth it. It's so easy to use as well. But why now? This deal is absolutely sensational. Normally £149.99. Forget that. You're not paying anything anywhere near that. The price is lowered to £69.99. This is a 24-hour deal, but this is the last of the stock. This is going to be the last time we get to see this, okay? If you're tempted, then go for it. Now, look, I know what I'm like you. I want to make sure I get the best value. Well, we've broken it down for you. We've done our research. So, advancedhomewares.com, £149.99. On buy.com, £145.99. Amazon, I always check them, to be honest, £139. That's good value. That's on par pretty much where we are at our usual price. But my word, you are saving so much money. £80 you're saving at £69.99. Now, if you don't want to pay for that all in one go, just choose PayPal Pay in 3. That's 3 payments of £24.98. So maybe you're new to watching us on Shop on TV. How do you buy? Easy thing to do. Easy thing to do is go to shopontv.co.uk, add it to your basket and check it out. Right, this could be you at home and your mattress. This could be, again, your sofa. This could be your dog beds, for example, too. And we're going to speak to Bev about this as we go through the live show. We are here until 3 a.m, all being well with stock, but this offers peace of mind. This can help clean and get rid of those things that we can't always see. And that's where the Girmi mattress cleaner comes in. It's been a huge success here. People love it. But again, it's the last of the stock. Right, okay. We're going to be looking through that in more detail as we go through the show, as I say. But we've got to talk to you about this. This is the ultimate steam mop. Now, you may have seen this before on Shop on TV, but we haven't had it for a very, very long time. And we have managed to get more stock. We've managed to bring it back at its lowest ever price. Now look, if you've seen lots of steam mops, honestly, I've seen loads over the years since I've been in shopping telly for what, about 12, 13 years now. I have not seen a steam mop like this one. It's patented technology. There's so many features we're going to explain to you. But if you've got hard floors, if you've got carpets, use this inside and outside, this is the ultimate way to clean your floors without any chemicals, using that sanitizing power of steam. Right, let's break this down for you. Let's show you how good this price is. Now, our usual price, it's on par with some of these, give or take a few pennies. AdvancedHomewares.com, £199.98, very good. Amazon, £179.95, good. On buy, £179.90. But have you now seen our special price? When I say low price, this, folks, is the lowest price we have ever offered the Optimus 3 on Shop on TV. It's £74.99. Run for this one. It's 3 payments of £27.31. So yeah, if you want to choose PayPal Pay in 3, spread that cost. Right, I absolutely love this, but you know what? I'm not going to be talking to you about it. It's always just a pleasure to work with a good friend of mine too, and we love Bev here on Shop on TV. Bev, good to see you. Welcome back.
And to you. Thank you very much. Are you well?
I'm really good, thanks. Really good.
Nice to see you.
The last time I saw Bev was at our Christmas party in London.
Don't tell them that.
Why did I go there? Right now, Bev. we've seen lots of steam mops, but I know you're a big fan of this one, aren't you?
I am, absolutely, because it's different.
Yeah,
you know, steam, I've always advocated steam. Think it's fantastic. No chemicals, and you're sanitising with the power of water, basically. But this one takes it to a next level. Because I'll tell you why. When you've brought a steam mop in the past, you've probably noticed that the boiler's up at the top. Okay, so you put the water in, goes into the boiler, heats the steam, and then it passes down the pipe out through the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Well, unfortunately, between that part there and the part that it comes out at the base, it starts to cool down.
So are you getting that heat in E? That's what you're
Exactly.
asking yourself, yeah.
So they might start at probably 100 degrees, but by the time it comes down to the bottom, it's got a lot less. And so therefore it's ineffective.
Yeah.
So what they have developed here, which took them quite some years for this to be developed, is the boiler sits at the bottom of the machine.
So you fill water at the top of the handle here.
Yep.
I mean, that's unique as well, actually.
That's absolutely unique, because what happens is when you fill a lot of your steam cleaners with tap water, unfortunately, if you hard water, you're going to bring that lime scale in, and that's what will block the machines up. So what also have they developed is a special filter which sits at the top. So the water goes into the machine, it then goes through the actual filter, filters out all the impurities, then takes it down to the boiler at the base and heats it right up.
Sorry, that bit there is the boiler?
That bit there is your boiler.
Where you want that heat.
Exactly.
So you know, when you're waving it across, when you're actually mopping, it's going to have the power of steam that we want. And that comes down to temperature, really, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Temperature's so important.
So therefore, you've got 130 degrees of constant steam, OK?
Nice.
Now, I'm going to show you an alternative that you're probably all using at home. So before we start with that, OK?
This old thing.
Yep. Is we're going to use now the mop.
Yeah.
OK? So we go and fill it up with the tap with as hot a water as we possibly can. In fact, somebody had to show me how to use this because I had no idea, because I've not used one of these for years. Then we clean the floor. But what we're actually doing, Charlie, is spreading that dirt around. Because that dirt I've just now picked up at that surface, though I put it back into the bowl to rinse, all I'm doing is transferring it down to the
redistributing dirt, aren't you? Yeah.
Absolutely. And the thing is, it's also extremely wet. So we'd have to go and get something to dry that, or nobody's allowed into the kitchen for the next probably 5 hours. You know,
in the winter, you know, when it's cold, it can take a long time. And you know what, if that was like laminate floor, hardwood floor, you don't want that to stay wet for long at all, do you?
Not at all. And there's lots of laminate floors that you can't over wet.
Yeah, absolutely.
OK, so 20 seconds heat up time, you're good to go. Then literally you are going to sanitise that part of the floor all the way through to that part of the floor. Now that is just one passover. And can you see?
That's fantastic.
It's instantly dry.
That's dry.
That is dry.
Not just damp, that's bone dry.
No. Absolutely.
I love this. John, we're going to see more of this in action. We've got a lot Bev's got so many good demonstrations, so stay where you are. Do not go to bed. Should we show you what you get for your money? Because people are loving this. Right, it comes with a complete handle assembly, the water tank. Yes, you get that anti-calcium cartridge system. You get one of those included. It's super lightweight, by the way. It's about 2 kilos or so. It's really, really light. Yes, you get the carpet glider included. You get the triangular mop head. You get the rectangular mop heads. So you get 2 of each, basically. So 2 for your hard floors, and then 2 which fits your carpet glider. Well, obviously, yes, not just your carpets, but your rugs and so on too. It all comes together. But normally, folks, it would be around £199.99. We've not discounted a little bit. You are saving considerably more than what you are spending. You're saving a lot of money, folks. This is the lowest price we've ever done. Yes, we are live here on ITV1 on STV. Lots of you are buying this right now, £74.99. But don't forget, you know, if you want to spread that cost interest-free using PayPal, paying free, all you spend today is £27.31. And that actually includes your postage too. Right, how do you buy? Check out the website, shopontv.co.uk. Just click live on air. Scroll down and you'll see all these deals we've got for you tonight. Well, this morning, whichever way you think about it. Right, okay, we've got extra calcium cartridges, by the way. If you want to buy additional mop heads, then absolutely, yes, you can. You do get 2 of each of those included in the Optimus 3 bundle anyway. But, you know, to get you going, if you've got a big house or if you want to, you know, always have some ready, some in the washing machine, others ready to go, you might want to multi-buy those. Right. We are exceptionally busy on that steamer. Oh my word, you love it. Absolutely love it. Again, it's the lowest ever price. When we talked to Bev about price, honestly, she looked a bit pale because we couldn't believe how low that deal was. Okay, now I'll tell you what else has been popular already. We need to have a closer look at the Girmi. Right, Bev, you're a big fan of this, aren't you?
I am. Well, I think they've got a picture of what I fetched out of my spare bedrooms.
Right, we're going to get that ready. Yeah, we're going to get that ready.
Okay.
Oh, here it is.
Yep.
Right.
That was out of the mattress. The cat sleeps in this room. It's their room, basically. And that's what I fetched out of the spare bedroom's mattress when I used this.
Really?
I was absolutely shocked and disgusted with myself. But, you know, hey, this happens.
It does. It's part of life, isn't it? It happens in everyday bed. What sort of thing are we looking for? What is that?
Right. Well, we've got dead skin cells on the right-hand side for a start. Cat hair and all the other detrimental things that we've got in the...
Yeah, just dust, everyday dirt.
Just as yeah. And the thing is, we're breathing this in, you know, and not to mention the fact is of the dust mites that we have that we can't see. But also now there's bed bugs that we're bringing back.
Yeah.
You know, the prime example is you bring it back in your suitcase.
And we can't see these things, can we? That's the scary thing about it. It's not visible to the human eye.
Yeah.
So this offers peace of mind, folks. Now, that price on your screen, no wonder this is ridiculously busy. This is another level busy. It's £70. It's £69.99. I would run for this one. And this is the last time we're going to see this. Last at the stop.
It is, yeah, it is. Well, you are at this price, I can assure you, because obviously of the price increases, you know, over this last year, it's not going to come back at this price.
I don't know how we possibly.
So yes, I mean, I have to say it's. If you think about lifting your big vacuum cleaner up onto the mattress or onto your settee or somewhere like that and vacuuming it, all you're doing is taking out the top surface of the dirt and the dust. This is totally different because this actually kills the dust mites, but also kills the bed bugs. And how it does that, it has a special UV, it's UVC, like there's A, B and C.
Oh, I didn't know that, okay.
And UVC is a light that we can't detect by the human eye. So therefore, what it does, it penetrates into the mattress, it alters the DNA structure of the dust mite or the bed bug. So it stops the eggs from hatching.
Right, because you hear a lot these days about UV sterilisation, don't you?
Yes,
people can buy those boxes and things for...
Yep.
Oh, right, so it's a similar thing to that.
It's exactly the same thing. It's on, they're measured in nanometers. And it's on such a high scale of nanometers that we as humans cannot see. It's not on our the colour spectrum. So consequently, it's still doing that damage. So if you like, it's helping to eradicate them, but you're not using any chemical.
Right.
Because eventually the chemical will become obsolete because the bed
only lasts for so long.
And also it builds up a resistance.
And also, do you want to be spraying chemicals on your bed? You don't want to wet it, do you?
Exactly. No.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, no.
So you could do this on in a child's cot.
Yes, of course.
Because you're not doing anything that's detrimental. It's just a vacuum with a UVC. But this vacuum actually has vibro-wave technology, and what that means is it beats 3,000 times per minute.
Wow.
So, all you have to do is literally go over the surface you want to vacuum. Now it can either be the mattress, it can be the pet bed, it can also be the chair, the curtains, because it also works if you turn it on its side, upside down. Don't forget, all soft furnishing that you can use it on to get rid of. Now, I've only
You're covering a lot of area at the same time, actually. One pass, you cover quite a lot of ground, don't you?
You
It's
have,
quite wide.
yeah, absolutely, because the UVC light, as you can see, goes the full length of the machine, okay? And also these paddles, this is what is beating the mattress or the surface that you're cleaning, and it brings any of that that's trapped underneath, it's also bringing that to the...
That's really important. So please at home, don't get this confused with just using the upholstery attachment on your vacuum. This is not that. Firstly, it's going to take a while, but this, yes, it does suck like that does, but it's got the UV light and that vibro wave technology.
Exactly.
So that sort of just brings it to the surface.
That's what it's doing is this. 3,000 times per minute, so it's beating that dust. Because, I mean, let's face it, years and years ago, you probably saw them, they threw the rug over the line and they beat it as much as they possibly could.
That's a tedious job.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but with this, what is that? No good just beating and just vacuuming the top surface off. You want to stop those bed bugs and that dust mite from hatching again.
Yes.
So this is what it's doing.
This is not slowing down. Do you know 10%'s already gone?
Already?
We're approaching 1:10 in the morning on this Monday. Thanks so much for watching. Maybe you've been watching Jaws 2. Maybe you just flicked on. If you're tempted by this, absolutely grab it. Oh, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going. They said, Charlie, why don't you say take a bite out of this? We're not going. We're not going to do that. Come on, we're better than that. Right, £149.99 is the usual price, and it would still be popular. Folks, if you've chosen to buy this now, you've picked a very good time. £69.99, but you can spread that cost interest-free again using PayPal. All it is today, £24.98. Now, it comes with a HEPA filter included. You can buy an additional HEPA filter if you want to. Would you recommend that then, Bev?
Well, I would, because they are washable. So the thing is, when you wash any kind of filter, you have to air dry.
You have to wait for it to dry, yeah.
So don't go and put them on the radiator or anything like that, because what happens is it shrinks. That will apply to any filter that you're washing. Let it just dry naturally. So that's why it's always a good idea to have a spare one. So you can be using one while the other one's drying. Now, we've actually done this mattress just while we were talking, very briefly. I'm just going to have a look, and I've got this piece of white paper here.
Oh, here we go.
Bearing in mind, nobody sleeps on this mattress. Well, nobody's owning up to the fact is that they sleep on this mattress.
You can buy this mattress. We'll get to that later. Right.
Right, OK. So that's washable. This is one filter, OK? But this is the most important one. This is the one. Oh, look at that.
Oh, you can see it.
And that is just the dead skin cells.
So the HEPA filter bed, that helps to capture the finer dust particles.
Absolutely. But not only is it catching and removing those, it's also using that UVC light, which is altering the structure of the DNA of the dust mite, the bed bug, and it stops them from hatching out. So it's not just a vacuum.
No, it's not. And do you know what? I actually read, this isn't pleasant, but it's everyday life. We need to talk about it. It's quite often the droppings that they leave behind the dust mites.
Yes, that's what
their dead skin. Yeah. It's going to get all that up there. It's really going to help lower and lower and lower, because we can see dust mites, you know, in our carpets, on our curtains. Oh, no, we can't see them, sorry, but we know they're there in our carpets. But we vacuum those. You know, we've got steam mops and things to help with that. But again, what about your mattress? When was the last time you vacuumed your mattress? Have you ever vacuumed your mattress? How often would you recommend we do this when we get it home?
Well, I change my bedding once a week because, as I say, I've got cats, so I just change it once a week. And when I've stripped the bed, I've literally just run over the whole area with my vac.
And that'll take you minutes to do.
Yeah.
A couple of minutes.
Literally a couple of minutes. I mean, that's all you need to do. And also, don't forget your bed head while you're doing it. And I do round the bottom of the bed as well. You know, even the rug that's at the side.
Why not? Yeah.
You know, while I've got it, if you want to do the curtains while you're there, do the curtains. Pillows, soft furnishing. In fact, I just want to go and do this piece here because this is a new three-piece suite. Okay.
Right, you are.
So I thought, right, I'm going to go and just done that. You've seen
this
that.
This is not slowing down, by the way. This is not slowing down. This is ridiculous. Nearly 20%'s now gone. Oh, my word. Nearly 20%'s in your baskets. I bet, do you know what, you can just do it so quickly. So that could be your sofa,
Yeah.
three-piece suite, that could be the
Anything.
dog's bed.
If you've got pets, and you've got pets, you know, and they sleep on the settee, or, you know, they have a favourite chair, then use that. I mean, you could use it on a daily basis if you wanted. Not only are you getting rid of the actual pet hair, what you're doing also, you're doing a job. You're helping with that UVC light to help remove the bed bugs and also the dust mites, the pollen that you bring in.
Yes.
Pet fleas. I mean, how much is a can of flea spray now?
Oh,
I mean,
do you want to spray all that over your sofa and your chair?
Exactly.
You don't. No, you mentioned bed bugs there. You know,
Yes.
maybe you got travel in the family. Maybe I don't know. You got family members who love going travelling, or you know how they've been staying in hostels. I mean, I've stayed in some dives, which you don't really know about. I mean, some proper dives when I've been travelling, but you worry about the beds there, hostels, you know, like B&Bs, and you know, you're bringing these things home into your house. Having that's going to offer peace of mind, surely.
Well, it is. I mean, I've just come back from, you know, a holiday. I did my suitcases.
Yeah.
As soon as I got home, I emptied them out in the utility room, got this and went inside the suitcases. You just don't know. You know, bed bugs and all those don't discriminate between one-star hotel and a six-star hotel.
Yeah,
you know, they're there.
And you don't know who's been staying in the beds and all sorts, do you know? You know, and especially if it's a busy hotel where they're booked out every night. Oh, it's nice to know you've got this at home. Look, anything we can do to keep these dust mites down and bed bugs and all that kind of thing. You know, I was watching, you know, when preparing for the show, you know how you watch videos on YouTube and you go down a rabbit hole, don't you?
Yeah.
I was watching people using vacuums like this on the mattresses. And you know, honestly, people are genuinely horrified of the amount of dust and who knows what is collected.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking like full canisters. I always want you to have a look at it, but I don't want you to look at it. But it's there. People are horrified. People are really getting involved in this now. It's not just about the suction, which is powerful. It's that vibro wave technology. It vibrates at 3,000 times a minute, which helps agitate and gets those dust mites up. It kind of, as you said, it kind of disturbs the dust mites and helps suck it all up, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is just, oh, you see, what are those?
What have we got there, yeah. And this is a new mattress.
Right,
It traps
Well,
it.
that was the chair. I've just done the chair, haven't I?
sorry, yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is the chair. This is what was on the chair.
Oh.
Oh. I mean, this is disgusting, isn't it?
Oh.
I mean, this is what's in the studio. I mean, this is just banging it out of what's in the studio. It is so powerful. Do you know we shed 1.5 million dead skin cells every day?
Really? 1.5?
Who counted them?
Yeah. Well, that's going to be our next job tonight, so stay with us. But that's...
I'm going home.
That's a staggering amount.
It is,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah,
And
1.5 million.
so I just think incorporate this into your, you know, weekly routine, bi-weekly routine, however often you clean your bed sheets.
Yeah.
Just give it a once over with this. Have you ever vacuumed your mattress? Would you do your mattress protector with that too?
Yeah, absolutely. If I do my quilt, I also do the pillows, I do the mattress itself, I do around the edge of the bed, I also do the bed head, and I'll do the curtains while I'm there as well, because it's so lightweight and so easy. But the thing is, you're not using a chemical. That's the most important.
Yeah.
If you are unfortunate enough to have got, you know, bed bugs and you've picked them up or brought them back from a holiday, how much would it cost you to have the place fumigated?
No, don't. Oh, the upheaval, the mess, the organising.
And you're breathing it in.
Yeah.
Where this, you can keep on top of it. Also, what if you got a bed and breakfast or a small hotel?
Oh, this is a must.
Wouldn't that look fantastic on the bottom? All our beds are vacuumed.
Vacuumed daily
with, you know, Airbnb.
Yeah.
You can have it with that. I mean, it's a fantastic idea.
I mean, guests are going to love it, aren't they?
Yes.
This is for every home. You know what? This is for any type of bed. In fact, this is good for memory foam beds, sprung mattresses and so on. It's all that, isn't it?
Right.
All mattresses.
Yeah, all mattresses, everything. So let's just sort of make people aware. The fact is, it's not just a normal
We've had an email about this actually. Neil's been in touch.
Oh, hi, Neil.
Thanks for joining us this morning in the early hours. Yeah, a good question. What makes this different than using a normal vacuum cleaner?
Right.
Yeah, there's a good point here.
There
Great
is.
question.
Right, Neil, the actual vacuum cleaner, 3,000 beats per minute, which is more than your vacuum. It equates to a 10.7 kp of a vacuum cleaner,
Right.
okay? But what makes this so different is this part here. This is the UVC light that's inside here, which actually alters the DNA structure of the bed bug or the dust mite, whatever is in there that you don't want to be in there, basically.
Yeah, all of it.
It's altering the structure before it has time to hatch out. So you're totally eradicating it. You're not using a chemical. Now, your vacuums do not have that on.
It's just the suction part.
It's just the suction part. So this is a specially made vacuum, a purpose to be able to eradicate the DNA structure of what the bed bugs and the dust mite. You can't see this light because it's a UVC light, and unfortunately it's not on our human eye.
I quite like that. I don't want to see the UV light. I just want to know it's on, which it is.
No.
In terms of settings, it's just one button on. You don't need any, and that's it.
Yep, you
All
don't
those
even have
features
to
are
press
working.
and hold the button. All you need to do is guide it where you want it to be. It's lightweight, it's easy. Doesn't matter whether you use it in that direction or whether you turn it upside down and use it in that direction. You're not going to lose power.
Right, Bev, we need to move on. My word, you know we said about 10-20% is accounted for. A third has gone already. It's 1:20 in the morning. Well done if you've got this. When you go to bed tonight, or you know what, just go to bed knowing that you've got an absolute bargain. And here's why it's a bargain. We've done some researching for you. Okay, usual price. How good is our usual price? £149.99. Well, at mattressadvancedhomewares.com, on buy.com it's £145.99. Amazon, good on them, £139. Fair play. Have you seen our deal right now? It's a 24-hour deal, or while the stocks last, because it's not going to last 24 hours, folks. My producer just confirmed 40%. 40%, I'm losing my voice. 40% has been accounted for. You are saving a serious amount of money, folks. It's £69.99. If your budget doesn't allow for that, then you can spread the cost interest-free using PayPal Pay Free. We have lots of returning customers here. We have lots of brand new customers every single day here. This is Shop on TV. My name's Charlie. You're going to be watching us on ITV1 and STV, maybe on YouTube. The easiest way to buy is on the website shopontv.co.uk, add it to your basket and get those baskets checked out. If it carries on like this, can you imagine how many people are watching? We come on the back of a legendary film, Jaws 2, I know, but you can tell I'm a fan. People are loving this, absolutely loving this. Well done if you got it. Right, we cannot wait to remind you about this. This is the Optimus 3. It sounds like a transformer, but it's not. It's an ultimate steam mop, okay? We love this. Now, I've seen so many steam mops, okay? I've owned loads, but since I've been in shopping telly for about 12, 13 years, I've seen a lot of steam mops, okay? I haven't seen one like this. This is absolute genius. This is patented technology. As soon as you see this mop, you realise, I haven't really seen anything quite like this. Now, the price we got to you today is not just good, it's not just excellent, it's actually the lowest price we've ever had for the Optimus 3 steam mop on Shop on TV. If you've been tempted by this in the past, now is the time to get it. It's so clever. With this one, you fill up the water from the actual handle. You get the mop heads you need for your hard floors, for freshening up and deodorising your carpets, your rugs and so on. That's the an anti-calcium cartridge. So the filter goes through that before it reaches the boiler, removes the lime scale. So if you live in hard water areas, well, here we go. This is absolutely the one for you. The item number for this is 651541. Your hardwood floors, your laminate, your vinyl, your tile floors and so on. Again, it comes with the carpet glider for, yes, not just your carpets, but also your rugs too. But please don't pay the usual price of £199.99. It's now £74.99, and here's the website. Once again, shopontv.co.uk. Just click live deals and just go down. Okay, so in the bundle, you do get the 2 triangular and you get the 2 rectangular mop heads, but you might want to buy additional ones if you've got a large house, or you can machine wash these, so when some are drying, if you want to carry on with your cleaning, you've got it whilst they're here. It doesn't increase your postage if you buy another pair because it's capped P&P. Right, if you want the 2 triangular ones, it's £14.95. If you want the rectangular ones, that's what you use with the carpet glider. That's £14.95. Again, you get 2 of each in the bundle. Anyway, if you want to buy more, then go for it. You do get the anti-calcium cartridge included. If you want to buy another one, because you do have to replace them eventually, you can even stock up on that right now too. But look, when it comes to cleaning, do you like using chemicals? Do you want to use less chemicals? Maybe you just want to use the water, just tap water, heated to a temperature that's going to help to kill those germs and bacteria. But I know you've been a fan of steam cleaning for a number of years.
Quite a few years now, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The thing is with steam cleaner, you can sanitise all the surfaces without spending money on chemicals, which I think in turn eventually does damage to the surfaces.
Can't do any good.
No. And also you're breathing it in and then it gets emptied down the sink, so it's back into the water table and all the rest of it.
Well, if you've got kids playing on the floor with their toys, if you've got pets running around, that kind of thing, it's nice to know, peace of mind, you're not using chemicals.
Exactly. I mean, if you use bleach and you have small pets, they absorb through the pads of the pores. So, you know, it's not...
I hate the smell actually of some of them. It makes me a bit ill,
absolutely awful. Now, earlier on, we did the floor with the old conventional way, and I just passed one pass through the middle of these tiles. Now you can see how it's dried what the mop and bucket have left. It's left watermarks on there, and so therefore to me that's nowhere near clean.
Just at the you can see them around here.
You can see them. But the steam passed straight over.
Oh, can you see all that there?
Yeah, it's awful. And therefore you'd be probably having to wipe that floor again. So by the time you finish, you've done that floor twice. Now, the concept of this is on normal steam mops, you tend to have the heater element down up at the top. So unfortunately, once you've filled it up, you've heated it up, by the time the steam goes down the pipe to the bottom, it started to lose its temperature.
Yeah.
So if
it defeats the point, doesn't it, really?
Exactly. Yeah. So if it's getting cooler, it's less effective, okay? So with this is how they developed it. They put the boiler in the base. So therefore, when the water has come out of the machine, up through the filter, taken out the impurities, so that helps to give longevity.
Longevity.
Put me
it's late, Beth.
That's it. It is. You're quite right. Longevity to your unit. By the time it comes down to the base, it heats it up.
And it looks so sleek. I actually love the colour, you know, the gold colour and the white, it's beautiful.
Doesn't it look smart?
It's very sleek, isn't it?
It is.
Storage must be easy with it.
So lightweight. It really is so easy to use. Heat up time is 20 seconds.
Wow.
So it's good to go. I'd still be looking for the mop and bucket where I'd put it.
And lifting that thing up to your sink and pouring your chemicals in there. It's a tedious job waiting for that thing to fill up, isn't it? You know. There we go. You can see it goes down the tube and it heats up in the actual mop head. So you're not losing temperature from the hot water travelling down the tube.
Not at all.
It goes straight onto the floor.
Absolutely. So it's heated in the base. So therefore you're keeping that temperature constant, 130 degrees. So you're sanitising every surface that you touch with it. But also it's got to be good for the environment as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's just tap water.
So no distilled water, straight, just cold
No,
water.
you don't need to, because down to the filter, the water has to go up through the filter before it gets anywhere near the boiler down at the bottom.
Oh, I like it. I haven't seen a steam mop like that.
No.
I really haven't.
No.
And Home Tech as a brand, this is what they specialise in.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. I mean, 18 years. I mean, this was nearly 14 years in the making to be able to get the boiler to produce the steam, but also have the water to go through a cartridge to be able to remove the lime scale. I think it's very simple, but it's an ingenious idea.
Yeah, it is. We had emails in from Burgo who says, is steam cleaner good for the environment? Good question. And, well, you know, We're not using chemicals, are we?
No, we're not using chemicals, it's tap water. But tap water heated to a certain temperature to be able to kill bacteria, but also viruses, which is very important.
Yeah, oh, my word. Yeah.
What I didn't realise was when you spray a chemical onto your worktop, you're supposed to leave it roughly about 5 to 7 minutes before you wipe it off.
Never done that.
Well, if you read on a lot of the back of your bottles,
yeah,
that's what it will say.
It needs time, surely. I've never thought of that. No,
never do that. So
it can take a lot. I know, so you just buying, once you invest in your steam up, that's it, you're just adding a bit of tap water.
Yeah.
Not buying more and more chemicals.
No.
So how do we use it then? We put the water in.
You put the water in, it comes with its own measuring jug, which is here, okay? Simple to do, just pop that inside. Yeah. Just fill it and fill it up. That's as easy as it is. So you can do that.
Flying, absolutely flying.
You can do that while you're using it, so that's absolutely fine.
It's responsive, because some steam mops take a while to get going, but that's coming out.
Yep. So
that's brilliant.
Straight away, virtually, okay? And you can see that. If you notice on the front, you've got turbo, normal and eco, okay? Does not turn the temperature down, it just turns the pressure of the steam down. So if you're using it on your wooden floors, your sealed wooden floors, okay, you can use it on your eco button, right?
Right.
Which doesn't produce the force of steam because you don't need it.
No,
okay.
It's a white waste, yeah.
Yep. Tiles and things like that, I would have on normal, on your hard floors. But it even comes with a carpet glider, which is this unit here. Okay, and you slide that on, and then there is also a turbo section, okay? So I would put it onto the turbo section for carpets,
okay,
because it increases the pressure of the steam.
To get down.
That's it.
So what about deep pile carpets?
Yep,
short pile? Doesn't matter what make of carpet or anything?
Doesn't matter. Whatever you want to use it on, you're not using chemicals. What it does, it swells those carpet fibres open. The force of the steam forces the dirt to the surface. You then go backwards and forwards over and literally wipe it away. If you've got pets and you would want to eradicate the pet smell that you can have, you will never have a pet smell if you use steam, because it kills the bacteria at source.
And naturally as well.
And naturally, exactly.
People say when they use steam mops on the carpets, it rejuvenates the pile and so on. It can help.
That's it. I mean, you saw it looked like it was putting carpet lines in. That's because it's lifting the pile
I love that look, like a luxury look when you get lines in your carpet.
Absolutely. If you've moved furniture and you've got the indentations, put the steam over it and hold it for a few seconds. Instead of, you know, people used to put ice cubes and it did the same thing. You don't need to do that. A few seconds with that and it's done.
Then you're sorted, aren't you? Yeah.
But they're not just satisfied with giving you this part here. I mean, this is a nice large brush for you be able to do your floors.
Yeah.
You can get right underneath, okay, onto your plinths.
Underneath your coffee tables and things.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, look how low that gets. So you've got,
sorry, I see that goes really low.
Yeah. So you've got the profile nice and low to be able to get underneath the bed.
Nice.
Right, but
this is fantastic.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I think, quite honestly, they've given you too much, basically.
I know, right.
Because not only do they give you this head, they give you another head, right? So what I've done with this one here is taken the pole off, and I've clipped on the other head that you get, which is a triangle head. Now you could put this on the long extension pole and use this part as your floor mop if you prefer. But what I tend to use this for, okay, is the worktops, okay?
Oh, right.
Sanitising the worktops, because then I can get in all those awkward areas, okay? Now, one of the best places to use it is also the shower doors.
Like backsplash tiles and so on. Yeah.
Yep. Showers, you could do the windows if you wanted to do the windows.
Yeah.
But one of the best places is the cooker hood.
Right. Oh, they get so greasy, don't they?
Really?
And I wouldn't want to put chemicals necessarily around those cooking areas.
No, not at all. Also, you know, all the areas you are sanitising by just using steam. But remember that steam is heated to 130 degrees. You don't need chemicals for that.
No, no.
Chopping boards, anywhere, windowsills, cupboards, kitchen cupboards at the front.
Yes,
you want to use the kitchen cupboards. You can use it.
You get built up of soap and scum like bathroom towels and so on.
Oh, absolutely.
Because the microfiber themselves is good because it traps the dirt, doesn't it? There, really good.
Right.
You know, and these are. I've got to say they're good size. Those.
They are good size, and you see how well the actual grips onto it. So there's none of these ruttling, you know, when you're doing the floors and things, and they all rutle up.
Some do, don't they?
Yeah. No.
So that's a good attachment.
Exactly.
They really go to town, and nothing's no rock's been left unturned with this bit of kit. It really has. The Optimus 3. We've reached one of the busiest parts of the show with this. £74.99. Now let's talk about that price for a second, because we're talking about that deal. You generally couldn't believe that, could
no,
you?
Honestly, I could not believe that. I mean, to get two heads. I mean, the whole idea, I think, of this system is that in the future. That you will just change the head. You'll just buy a head. In fact, I'm going to show you in a minute, there is a patio cleaner on here that you fit onto the end of your pole, and you can use it to clean the patio.
So it's like a modular system. John, we're going to get to that, because we're thinking about patios this time of the year, aren't we?
Yeah.
Hey, look, let's just show you how good this price really, really is. So our usual price, okay, yeah, £199.99. It would still be going at that, I won't lie to you, because it's such a well-made, great piece of kit. Advanced Homewares is similar. It's £199.98. Amazon, who I've got to say, that's the first place I normally check when I buy something. £179.95. Onbuy.com, £179.90. But genuinely, folks, and you can see these deals now. We checked them earlier today. If you go onto Amazon, you will see it at that price now. It's £74.99 if you buy it from here. How? Well, look, we're live on ITV1. It's a volume thing. We get through a lot of stock, so we can keep these prices low. £74.99, or 3 payments of £27.31 if you choose PayPal Pay in 3. It's a fantastic piece of kit, and this is what you get, by the way. So this is how you use it. You know, you get the water bottle there, and you fill it up from the top, so less bending up and down. It's fantastic. So it comes with 2 of those triangular mop heads. You get 2 of the rectangular mop heads, so 2 for, you know, your hard surfaces, and 2 to use with the carpet glider, which is also included. Everything we've gone through is there in the box. But if you've got stains, don't forget you've got those 3 settings. You've got turbo, you've got normal, and you've got eco. So if it's really bad floors like this, they haven't been done for a while, bits of old food and stains on there, maybe put it on turbo once in a while. But you're always in control of how much steam comes out. It takes about 20 seconds to heat up. You know, I'd still be filling up my mop and bucket, you know, in 20 seconds. I don't know about you. We knew we'd be busy today because, well, this is the lowest ever price we've done this. It's the lowest ever, so well done. If you're choosing to buy this now, a lot for you checking out. This will be delivered to your home in a few days. This could be you in your house literally in a few days. Don't spend anything anywhere near £199.99. It's £74.99. Please, folks, rest assured you've got an absolute bargain. And yes, those mop heads, you bung them in the washing machine, wash them normally. If you want to buy extras, yes, you can, extra mop heads, but yeah, you get 2 of each anyway. And it just clicks in. If you want to use it more like a handheld, you can. If you want to use like for your surfaces, absolutely perfect. You know, if you've got like tea stains, food stains and so on. And that could be different colours, that could be different materials we're choosing, granite, quartz, who knows. They get really bad, don't they? We talked about that, didn't we? You know, they get so greasy. Your kitchen backsplash tiles, it goes so bad. Right. If you're talking about carpets, have your carpets been cleaned recently? If they haven't, you know, if they get a lot of foot traffic, they get matted down, don't they? Especially in the middle of your stairs or the middle of your hallways. They can get so matted out. Or where you sit, you know, where your feet go when you're sitting on your favourite armchair and so on. They really get matted down. This can rejuvenate the pile of your carpets, deep pile, short pile, it makes no difference. Your rugs, your doormats, oh my word, this has to be a must for that. We have reached the busiest part of the show with this. Apart from anything, it looks great, and it's called the Optimus 3. It sounds like a Transformer. Who wouldn't want it? Okay, it's 651 541. Literally all it is today is 27.31. That's all it is. That includes your postage, by the way, if you choose PayPal Pay in 3. It's fantastic. Right, now we did talk to you about extra attachments, okay? It's a big bundle, don't get me wrong, that's all you need to get going. But if you've got patios and so on, if you've got decking, well, this time of the year, we want to get them clean, maybe, I mean, it's been beautiful weather, hasn't it? One of the nicest springs since the 50s, I think I read online. You might want to fact check me on that. But this attachment is an absolute must. For £39.99, this is such a good buy. Should we have a look at this, Bev?
Yeah, absolutely.
So once you've got the actual machine, the Optimus 3, you just add this into your basket.
Yep, you just buy it, you know, the different heads. I mean, I tell you what they're bringing out hopefully very shortly, and that's the floor polisher.
Oh, I want that.
Yeah. So
once you've got this, you build up the attachment.
Yeah, so all you do is just buy the head. You don't have to keep buying the whole mop, which I think is a brilliant idea. Because the thing is, you know, lots of times we buy a mop and we think, oh, I quite like this one. And then it only does one thing. Yeah. Or it breaks and then that's it.
And it's storage. I mean, I've got your classic cupboard under the stairs. That would fit in easily.
Yeah. Yeah, hang it behind the back of a door.
Yeah, you could, couldn't you? You can take it apart, put it in a drawer if you want.
Yeah.
So how does this work?
This is the patio thing, right. So what you do is on the actual handle, you see this little tiny button, okay? You just need to pull it back once, all right? Okay? And that way, what it will do, it will undo the connection. Now, pull it off. Just like that, okay?
It's well made. You can see, you can hear.
Well, I just want to show you the quality of this. I mean, that is the actual brushes that belongs to the patio.
You know what? They're decent, aren't they?
Really, really well made. Also, you get 2 cloths with this, which will be your round ones, so that fits on there. So you can use that again for your patio furniture, if you want to use it for that. Greenhouse windows, all that sort of thing, you can use it, okay? But patios, so you don't want the cloth on, because what you're going to do is use the brush to scrub it through, okay?
So if you've got, like, you know, sandstone, Indian sandstone, patios is good.
Whatever,
decking.
anything. Doesn't matter, whatever it is.
Your furniture, maybe. Your wooden furniture.
Wooden furniture.
People are buying this already. We've only just started seeing it.
Yep.
3 pence of £14.98 if you want it on paper.
That's it. Job's done. Okay?
Yeah. Nice.
Even I can do it. Now, if you notice, there's 2 green lights that come on. That's to tell you it's ready. And I think they were on just as I was just screwing that back together again. Now, you know the black things that we get on the patio, those black marks, okay, that we spend a fortune on the patio cleaner to try.
Oh, don't, yeah.
We've even used bleach and things like that.
That's more chemicals and all sorts.
Oh, absolutely. Now, once you start to loosen that with the dirt, you will see it's starting to move off, and that's how easy that this is. It just seems to bring it. Now, if you've got really stubborn marks, just hold it over just for a few seconds, let that steam break it down, and then just use the patio brush. So if you've got some moss that's living in an area, or you want to increase the actual steam level, put it onto your turbo, okay? Give yourself that little bit more power.
Yes.
And literally just take it off. Then what I do with mine, after I've loosened it all, just either get the hose pipe or get a watering can and just rinse it through.
You know, I'm actually tempted to try this rather than my jet washer, because, you know, I blast away jointing, you know, the bits of cement, and sometimes you have like a resin sand compound. It can loosen quite easily.
Just have a feel at that.
Not
just see what you
pressure.
think. Yeah. Just have a feel.
It's light, isn't it?
Isn't it so easy? Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
But it's the jointing that it gets dislodged, and I have to grind it out, then I have to refill it. It's tedious. But
you can also turn it. You know, you can move it. You're in control. Look at the amount of steam that's coming out through that. I mean, and all that's coming through. So do your patio furniture. You know, all the outside things.
So what, rattan furniture and so, if you can take the heat, of course,
yeah. Absolutely,
I'm thinking, because you're getting such a big saving on the machine, put, the way I think of it, put that saving towards, in your mind, towards this, add it in the basket. £39.99 is really good. I mean, normally for this attachment alone, you'd be talking £79.99. So even this is on a great deal. It's pretty much half price, isn't it? So 144605 is the item number for this. I mean, I don't need to do it that much. I'm just showing you the action.
Yes.
A couple of passes and we're done, really, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great.
I'll tell you what I used it on. We wanted to paint the garage floor.
Right.
Okay, like you sort of try and move all the little tiny
need to prep
bits.
that first, yeah.
Well, the thing is, while you're sweeping it, you're breathing in all this dust. So I just used the brush with the steam on this and helped to just move it to what it was just so easy, and I didn't cause the cloud of dust that you were doing, and it cleaned the floor, made it easier to paint.
This is it. It's not a cloud of steam, it's controlled, isn't it?
It's controlled.
So you put it on turbo then, would you?
I'd put it on turbo for the decking because obviously it's quite soiled.
Yes.
And all that will do, it will not alter the temperature, because the temperature remains the same, 130 degrees. What this will do will increase the steam pressure.
Oh, I see. And
so you don't need a lot of pressure when you're using wood on your sealed wooden floors.
I like that because for me that's easier than controlling my iron. All these settings are
well, you never
saps the life out of me. But this is just 3 settings. If you want that more pressure, you've got that turbo, eco, or normal. So there we go. Add it to your basket. You might as well, if you've got patios, decking, outdoor furniture, take advantage of that price, and take advantage, folks. Also, don't forget of the capped postage.
Oops, sorry.
It's lightweight.
I'll get you next time.
But no, 3 payments of £40.98. The easy way to shop, folks, on the website, shopontv.co.uk. Add it to your basket and get those baskets checked out. Right, we've got about an hour and 50 minutes left on the show. Yes, we're here till 3 a.m. Any emails, send them in. That's why we're live, to help you guys at home. studio@shopontv.co.uk is the email address. Right, let's go back to one of the biggest selling items of this live show. This is the Optimus 3 Steam Mop. It's the lowest ever price. Right, now we've had emails come in, speaking of which, from Carl. Carl, hope you're good, my friend. Thanks for watching. Hi, guys. Great show as usual. Just one question for the Queen of Steamer. There you go.
Oh, hey, hello.
I need to steal that from you, Carl. Which setting would you recommend for the windows?
For the window, low. I'd put it on eco. And also, I'm not as though you're going to go out when it's icy and do them, I know, but if it is exceptionally cold outside, just hold it slightly away from the window, just let the steam settle onto it, and then use a cloth and wipe it off.
Yeah,
might be easier. But as I say, normal, when it's been hot weather, you could go, it's fine, absolutely fine.
Carl, great question. Who would have thought? Yes, this is for all around the house, not just your floors. No. Carl, if you guys go for it, let us know how you get on if you choose to buy. But thanks very much, my friend. And any more questions from anyone else watching, just keep them coming through. But it is the lowest ever price. I know I keep banging on about that, but I just cannot believe what we've got. 651-541 is your item number. Right, we've got more deals on the show, though. If you are on the website, yes, you'll see this. You're getting the 2 mops. The 2 mop heads are triangular and the 2 rectangular for this. Yes, you get the carpet glider. You even get the bottle to fill it up. And yes, you do get instructions, obviously, just to explain how it all sets up. But it's easy. You just add in tap water to the top of the machine, which I think is very unique. I've seen steam mops where you have to bend up and down, put it halfway down. It's tedious. It can be tiring. But it's lightweight. It's around 2 kilos. It's so easy to lift and manoeuvre around. It's the full bundle. Yes, you even get this anti-calcium cartridge included in the bundle too. So when the water filters through there, it helps to remove the limescale so your machine lasts longer. It's so clever. So 651-541 is your item number for this. Hardwood floors, it could be laminate floors, it could be your deep pile carpets, it could be new carpets, it could be old ones. You just want to plump up a bit and just rejuvenate it. And if you have got pets, it's widely known that steam is a fantastic natural deodorizer. So it's win-win all round. This is for absolutely any home. Right then, we're going to be talking now about mattresses, but cleaning mattresses. Right now, I must say, the Girmi the Girmi mattress vacuum, half of the stock has gone. Half the stock of the extra filter, the extra HEPA filter, that's also gone too. So that tells you lots of you adding it in as well. Good on you, because we've got these amazing deals. Now, speaking of which, just briefly, it's a 24-hour deal. This is the last of the stock. Once this stock's gone, it has gone. If you're tempted by it, you do need to start checking out your basket. So don't be bossy, but I don't want you to miss out on a deal. Now, how good is this deal? Well, we've done the hard work for you. Our usual price is $149.99. Look how good that is. Advanced Homewares matches us. On buy.com, $145.99. Amazon, which again I always check, is $139. You can check these right now and you'll see those prices. But look at our deal now. We say 24 hours. It's not going to last 24 hours. Again, half of it's gone already. We've only been on there for what? Just about an hour. Right, £69.99. Get it home and start using this on your mattresses, your sofas, your three-piece suites, your dog beds and so on. 3 payments of £24.98. What? Just one today. Second one in a month's time, and obviously the third and final one a month after that. And what we do with PayPal Pay in 3, we even put your postage in there and divide it across the instalments. So literally all it is today is $24.98. This could be something that you find on your mattress. So we asked Bev about this. Right, Bev, what?
No, don't.
I know, look, we're talking about dead skin cells, or it's not pleasant, but this is something we just have naturally on our homes, isn't it?
It is. In fact, that is my home there, as you can see.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
That's my spare bedroom. That is never used other than with the 2 cats. And I thought, right, OK, when I first got this home, I thought, right, I'm going to put it through its paces, and did that one. And that's what came out of that mattress. I mean, I was absolutely embarrassed. It's disgusting.
Well, look.
But that's what happens.
Yeah, this is it.
It's everyday living, you know.
I mean, I'm sure people never think about vacuuming their mattresses. People in the routine now, because it's become a big thing. People do it weekly or however often you want.
Yeah.
But that really paints a picture. What's in your mattress? Let's get it off.
Yeah.
So how does it work then? Tell us about it. It's not just about the suction.
It's not just a vacuum cleaner, because the thing is, how else would you'd probably change the bed, probably run the vacuum cleaner once a month or once every 6 months. I don't know.
Maybe never.
Like well, that's fine, because you will remove some of the dust mites, you will remove some of the dead skin cells. But if you've got an infestation of bed bugs, won't do a thing. You might get the odd few out, OK? But what this is designed to do, not only is it going to remove them out of the mattress, but it humanely kills them, if you can do that sort of thing. I mean, that can be said in one sentence.
Well, we don't want them, do we? I don't,
But how that works, it uses UV light. Now, we've all know what UVA and UVB light is, and they have the light boxes in the hairdressers and places like that to sterilise the combs and things. Well, this has taken it up a level. This is UVC, and this is a light spectrum that's not on our
so we can't see it.
We can't see it as humans.
But it's on,
But it's on there, and that's where it's emitted through this part here. And what that does, actually, it alters the DNA structure of the bed bug, the dust mite, so therefore it stops it from hatching out. So you are going to totally eradicate.
So you're doing a thorough job with this, aren't you?
You are doing a thorough job of this. You're not using any chemicals, because how this has come about, that they realise over the years the bed bugs and the dust mites are becoming immune to the chemicals.
Right.
So therefore they're upping the strength of the chemicals.
Yeah, we see that with flea treatments and so on, doesn't it? It's quite worrying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what happens is then, you're lying in it, you're breathing it in, you're having to spray it on, or you have to get a firm in to have it done. And so therefore eventually it will be that strong, it will start to do damage to the fabric it's being put on.
Yeah.
So...
And I don't want to be putting wet things on the bed anyway.
Well, no. I mean, as you know, I'm an advocate for steam, but there are certain mattresses you cannot steam. No. For instance, if you've got the memory foam, you can't steam those. So therefore, yes, you can vacuum them, but you can't steam them. So this has replaced having to use your chemicals, and it's doing it in a natural way. So therefore it's not causing you any problems because you're not breathing it in. You can't even see it. It also has a vibro-wave technique, which is these two parts here, and it vibrates at 3,000 revs per minute. So therefore it's beating up whatever's trapped within the fibres up to the surface. So not only are you using it as a vacuum to with suction to take it away, you're also altering that DNA structure to kill that dust mite at the same time.
So the suction's one thing, but it's that UV light that breaks down the DNA and kills those dust mites, those bed bugs, and it's that vibration, the vibro-wave technology that kind of just gently agitates and just lifts it up so it can suck up all the bits we don't want. It's so clever, and it's quite wise, so you can do it quite quickly.
Yeah, you can. I mean, what I do with mine is I change my bed probably at the weekends, and as I change the bed, I just run the vacuum over. It works whether you're using it flat, upside down, wherever. It doesn't lose power. So you can use it to do your soft furnishings, also use it to do your curtains if you want to use the curtains.
So I read you can get dust mites in curtains.
Oh, any soft furnishing.
Really, right.
Also, I do my rug, which is around the bottom. I'm just going to go to the front of the bed because I'm just going to show you, you know, you can go and use it upside down if you like. It still works exactly the same. It's still emitting that light, so because they don't just confine themselves to the mattress, they will live in other parts of the bed.
Yeah.
So also a good place to do is your suitcase if you've been away. I've just been away, and when I got home, emptied it out into the utility room and took this in and literally cleaned inside.
I'm tempted to buy jackets and things with that, actually.
Anything.
I mean,
soft furnishing.
Cushions, pillows, scatter cushions on your bed, don't forget those.
Anything. And it's a lot easier lifting this up onto your bed or onto your three-piece suite than having to put a large vacuum cleaner. And the thing is, even if you can manage to lift your large vacuum up, you're still not killing the dust mites or the bed bugs because your large vacuum cleaner won't have the UVC light.
So please don't think, oh, I'll just use my vacuum. It's a different thing.
Yeah.
Yes, you've got the suction, obviously, with the vacuum, but with this, you've got the suction, but you've got that UV light, and you've got that vibration technology. The vibro-wave, they call it. So this is more than just a vacuum. People love this, and honestly, you know, it's not the best feeling in the world, but I recommend go to YouTube, and if you just Google or go onto YouTube and put mattress vacuums in, just generally speaking, various different brands, it's amazing the amount that can be on our mattresses. It's actually quite horrifying, you know. Nothing to worry about. Get this home and start incorporate this in your, in your weekly routine or how often you change your sheets. But what is important to mention, this is a 24-hour deal. But once the stock's gone, we're not going to be getting this back. So this is going to be the last time we get to see this. So if you wake up tomorrow, oh, I'll balance that, the chances are it's going to have sold out. Not to put the pressure on, but guys, if you want it, you do actually truly do need to check out your baskets. It's right, nearly 60% of the stock's gone. Oh my word, £69.99. Look at this. So this could be dust, that could be dead skin cells in there.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Don't forget, 1.5 million dead skin cells we shed every day.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, and you know, in 1 ounce of dust, which isn't a lot, to be quite honest, 1 ounce of dust, there are over 2,000 dust mites having a whale of a time, soon to become 4,000.
And it's their droppings and excrement that's in there as well.
Absolutely. And all this is washable. all of it. And so I do suggest you get a spare filter, because while this one's drying, you've always got a spare
details
one.
bottom of the screen. Yeah, if you've got like Airbnb, you know, hotels and so on, get as many hair filters as you need. If you travel maybe as well, you might take this to a hotel and do it. You know, why not? People really get a bit freaked out with these bed bugs and things, and understandably, you know, but, you know, not to scaremonger, but the symptoms of like things like dust mites and, you know what, do your own research, of course, but people can get like itchy skin and things, and like it can trigger like asthma and so on. It can affect you. It might do. So again, do some research on this. It took me a few minutes to realise, after doing some Googling earlier, how important these things are. They are an essential. Right, again, £149.99. Please don't spend that sort of money. You don't need to. If you're buying this now, it's just coming up to 2 a.m. on this Monday morning. It's £69.99. Or if you don't want to pay that all at once, it's 3 payments of £24.98. So literally just that today and that's it. You'll get this to your door in a few days. But well done for everyone who's bought it. You've got one of the last remaining units of stock on this particular model. This is the Girmi mattress vacuum. It's 853-766. So if you never shopped this before, we have new viewers, new customers every day. We're here every single day after midnight on ITV1 and STV until 3 a.m. So, easy way to shop is shopontv.co.uk. You just click live deals, you scroll down, and then you add it to your basket, check out. But we've made it easy for you because, look, maybe you're tired, maybe you're about to go to bed. I'm like you, I get a bit obsessive. I need to make sure I've got the deal. I will walk around, you know, I will research, I will make sure I've got a good price. I'm quite tedious in that respect, but I like to know I've got a deal. We've done it for you. We checked earlier on today. Advanced Homewares, they match our usual price. On buy, a little bit less. Amazon, fair play to them, £139. If you go onto there, you can buy that, but don't. Buy it from here because it's £69.99. It is an absolute bargain, and the reason we can do it is because, well, we're down to the last bit of stock and we get through a lot of units. You know, we're live on ITV. Right, OK, if you have got any questions, just email us in studio@shopontv.co.uk. We got an email in from Mark, a very good morning to you, who says, could you advise again how the mattress vacuum differs to normal vacuuming tool?
Yeah, of course. Hi, Mark. Right, sit down. Let's have 2 minutes. Take the weight off.
Bev, it's 2 a.m. If I lie down, I'm going to...
Yes, absolutely. Right, your vacuum cleaner has suction, OK? Has a brush, or sometimes now they don't necessarily have the brush. They have like a sponge because they're finding that's better for vacuuming. Anyway. That's how it works. So it rotates, suction, pulls out the dirt, and away it goes, OK? Right. This does something very similar to that, only it does it more powerful. This is a vibro-wave, and what that means is it's beating whatever fabric you've given it to vacuum at 3,000 times per minute.
Well, that's pretty rapid, yeah.
Now, what this makes this different from any vacuum that's out there, domestic one, is this part here. OK, because
this is going to go, Bev. This is going to go. I don't think it's going to last until 3 a.m. Sorry to interrupt. You need to check out. Yeah,
it's not going to last.
No, it's not.
So this part here, right, is what is going to kill the dust mite and the bed bug, and most importantly the bed bug, because they're quite difficult to eradicate. OK, because your vacuum hasn't got that on. So what this is a UVC light. Now we know UVA and UVB. We know the hairdressers are used to sterilise their combs with a blue light. Well, that's powerful up to a point. Now the UVC light is far more powerful. In fact, we as humans cannot see this light. It's not on our colour spectrum at all. But what it does, it alters the DNA structure of the bed bug, dust mites, anything else that's in there.
Just saying those words.
So it stops them from hatching out.
Right.
So you've literally cut them off at source.
Yeah.
You've not had to use a chemical. You've not had to spray your bed. You've not had to have a company in to fumigate.
You've got that peace of mind, though, haven't you? When you're lying in bed, having a clean. You could do, you know, a mattress of this size, even a king or something. I know in a couple of minutes, maybe. You know.
Well, what I tend to do is when I've stretched, when I've you know, washed the bed in at the end of the week, I just run the mattress vac over it.
Right.
You know, and I'd just like to know that it's peace of mind. Now, I've just recently come back from being away. I did inside my suitcase.
Yeah.
You know, areas like that. You might be going to a B&B or an Airbnb or something like that. Or you've probably got a hotel or a small guest house. What a fantastic thing to say that all your beds are vacuumed with one of these.
With a tool that's been designed for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would really, you'd appreciate that, wouldn't you, if you're paying money in hotels? Yeah, you really would, especially hostels and things. It does worry me. But you know, whilst it's here, folks, whilst it's on offer, right, 2/3 of the stock's gone. Is the last third now? Once that's gone, it's gone. We're not going to be able to see this again. I wish we could get more,
Not
but
this
that's
price.
it. No, not that price now.
No, that is price.
You know what? For £69.99, it is an absolute bargain of this. For even if you've got a brand new mattress, keep on top of it. And if maybe you've never cleaned your mattress, maybe you've had it for years and years and years, or sofas for years and years, because people don't think about it, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just you don't. But it's becoming a big thing this now, and that UV sterilisation. If you search for that on the internet, actually, it's a huge thing in its own right. You know, I think it's important.
It is, absolutely. And you know, the bed bugs don't differentiate between whether you've stayed in a 2-star or a 5-star.
No.
You know, in fact, in the news on Friday, and please do your own research, there's one of the largest airports that have got an infestation of bed
the
bugs.
seats and things, and
really. So therefore, it's in the seats. Probably in the furnishing, the carpet, you know, in the lounges where you go in, the VIP lounges. They'll be in the soft furnishings, they'll be in the curtains if there is any, you know, or blinds, any material.
Really? Yeah.
So it must be bad if they put on the news that it's got this.
It's made the news, and you hear about it in, you know, like hotels and hostels and things like. It's always around, sort of in the news, simmering away somewhere. But that's what I find. But if you have one of this at home, I mean, that would fit in a drawer, and it's easy to use. You know, it's just one button operation.
Yes.
And when you press that button, it's doing the suction, and that light's on now, is it? Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So you know you've got the suction. So you know you're doing that. So whatever you're, if you like, killing and eradicating, you're also removing, because that's what the suction does. You've got your 2 filters that you're going to go through, and so they're washable as well.
Yeah.
So you can keep those nice and clean. It literally doesn't take seconds to switch on and just run over the mattress or your 3-piece suite, your rugs, your curtains, anything like that, any soft furnishing. And also, I have to say, I don't know how much per hour it costs us to run.
Yeah, Ashley has been in touch actually regarding does the vacuum consume a lot of energy? Yeah, thanks, Ashley. Good question, but we don't know the actual.
I don't know the actual figures, but what I do know, it's equal to a 10 kPa of your vacuum rating. So whatever your vacuum, if it's a mid-size vacuum cleaner, I would say it's roughly
around on par with that. Actually, great question. Got a testimonial next. Well, this is from Luke. Luke, a very good morning. Thanks for watching Shop on TV. Who says, I can recommend that everyone should buy this vacuum as a priority. Right, I used to scrub my mattress once a month to try and get the grime off. Would take hours, but ever since I bought the mattress vac, it takes minutes, and my mattress feels great. Lisa, a really good point. It can help prolong the life of your mattress, because it's not the sort of thing you want to buy every time.
No, you don't, no. And a lot of mattresses now are guaranteed for 20 years. Well, you're going to sleep on something for 20 years and not be able to wash it.
Yeah.
You can't go and put it into
That's a good point, that.
Yeah.
And pillows and so on. And do you know what? It's nice to know that when you get into bed, you know, you've changed your sheets. Oh, it's lovely when you get a fresh pair of sheets in there, wasn't it nice? But know that you've got those dust mites off, and you've got that UV light. You've not just vacuumed them off, you sterilised your mattress with that UV light. I mean, that's good. For me personally, that would help me sleep much, much better. I've never met anyone who wants to share their bed with dust mites or bed bugs. If this can help, then this is for you. It's £24.98 today if you use PayPal Pay 3. Yeah, 853 766. Right, we've just caught up with ourselves. 3/4 of the stock has gone. There's a good chance this is going to sell out before the end of this live show. We're live on ITV1 and STV just before 3. Yeah, it's so good. So this for memory foam mattress, sprung mattresses?
Anything, absolutely anything. The thing is, as I say, I'm a great advocate for steam, but you cannot steam certain mattresses, you know, like memory foam and things like that. You just cannot put steam on it. But you can use this because it's a vacuum with a sterilising unit inside, so it's doing 2 jobs, and it's doing it humanely, but also you're not using chemicals, so you're not living in that environment.
Oh, you don't want that.
You know, when you finish. And also, we spoke earlier, how much is cans of flea spray now if you've got pets? You know, I mean, if they'll say to you, right,
so
spray the room.
£20 for a can. I've no idea, is that?
So if you spray the room, a can's not going to last very long. Well, I'll tell you where they lay their eggs. They lay their eggs where the radiators are.
Right.
And they hatch out every 5 to 7 days, OK? That's what flea eggs do. If you've got your you could run underneath that as many times as you like, once a day if you wanted to.
So you could do those areas as well?
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, why not? Every household has this. It's nothing we do wrong. It's just, it's dead skin. It's human dead skin cells, isn't it? That's what they say the dust mites eat, basically. That's what they feed on. Yeah. Let's just get it off the bed. We don't want it there.
That'd be a good idea if you're staying in a caravan somewhere.
Yes.
Take that down. Do the caravan.
Yeah, sleeping bags.
You can use it on fabrics, because I use it on my quilt and all the rest of it. Because the beauty of this is, unlike a vacuum cleaner, you've not got a hole here where there's large areas can get in. So when you're vacuuming, you're sort of like tugging at the fabric because it sucked the fabric in.
Yes, yes.
The only thing it's got is this part here, because that's all it needs. It's killing all those dead bugs and mice. Now, if you're not sure whether you've got an infestation, round the rim of your mattress, if you move where the seam is, if you move it, they're about the size of an apple pip. That's the best way to describe them. That's where they live. They'll live in areas like this, and then obviously when it gets warm, you get in bed, they'll come and have a nibble because they want to feed. Oh,
we just don't want this. Oh, I'm not going to sleep tonight. But look, rest assured, if you're quick, you can rest assured. I didn't mean that. Stop it. Stop it.
Don't have nightmares.
We get delirious at this time of the morning. It's late, but look, don't worry. If you want to get one of these home, you absolutely can do. If you order it now, it'll be with you in a few days, and you can give your mattress a quick clean with this. You might want to do all your beds. You might give it a thorough go. And then it's a question of keeping on top of it. So I guess this is just part of your routine when you're cleaning your sheets. I've got a mattress protector. I'd still do that, would I?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Anything. Any fabrics that you've got on there, as I say, just do them. Do round the edge of the mattress, you know, because you can tip it upside down, go along the edge. You know, honestly and truthfully, there'll be hardly anywhere that they'll be able to hide. Yeah, yeah. You know, because you'll be able to get with your mattress. I've even done my coat, you know, my winter coat. I just did it.
And obviously, you know, you're going to be using this facing down, and it's been designed for helping to sterilise your mattress using that UV light. It's the correct amount of light for this job. £69.99. So there we go. Item number is 853 766. And if you just flicked on, please don't think, oh, it's used my vacuum attachment. Yes, that's going to remove bits, but this has got the suction plus that vibrawave that helps just gently agitate and lift those bits out. And you've got that UV light that sterilises too. So this is not just a vacuum, okay? It's much more than that. This is super busy. I think every household needs this. It's 853 766. Right, we are now approaching limited stock. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Folks, we called this a 24-hour deal. We shouldn't have done because it's not going to last 24 hours. But look, you've got a bargain price. If you want that peace of mind, next time you sleep in your bed, you're giving this a once over with this, then absolutely go for it. Oh yes, it comes with a HEPA filter to help capture the finer dust particles. If you want to add in another one, then you can do. Because you have to wash them occasionally, of course. When one's drying, you've got another one spare. So if you want a spare, add it into your basket. You see it on the website too. But capped P&P, don't forget. So your postage packaging won't increase if you're adding another filter. We do love these, and this is all about cleaning this live show on Shop on TV, but it's quite often about cleaning the bits we can't see. We've talked about dust mites. We're going to be moving on to steam cleaning in a second, but the easiest way to shop these deals, shopontv.co.uk, click on live deals, scroll down, and you'll see them there. There's that Girmi. That could go literally in minutes. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The mattress we've just been sitting on, by the way, that is so comfortable. I won't lie down on that because I'll be out. It's beautiful. We've got bargains on that. We've got singles, we've got double, we've got king sizes too. You'll see them on the website. But let's have a look now at the Optimus 3. This is the modular steam cleaning system. It's the most unique steam mop I've actually ever come across, and I've seen lots of steam mops. I used to demonstrate them many years ago, and there's loads of good ones out there, but I honestly have not seen one like this. I am such a huge fan of this thing. It's patented technology. Now, Home Tech, they've been focusing on developing and designing steam cleaning systems. You know what? This is what they specialise in. And oh my word, they've done a cracking job. I never thought I'd be so attracted to a steam mop. I know. I'm very easily pleased, granted, but this is a really sleek mop, and it's lightweight, about 2 kilograms. Storage going to be an absolute ease. But for your hard surfaces, you know, hard floors, great. You've also got a carpet glide, and you've even got 2 mop heads, or replaceable mop heads. For your carpets too. You get 2 triangular, 2 rectangles, so it's everything you need in the bundle. You don't need to buy anything else really, unless you want to buy extra steam mops if you've got large houses, if you want to have some always ready to go when they're being washed. Okay, but here we go, a 651,541. It's a bargain price. If you want to spread that cost interest-free, then choose PayPal Pay in 3. Literally, if you want to get this home, it's £27.31 today, and it is fantastic. I cannot wait for you to see this in action if you've just joined us. We've spent a bit of time on this morning. It's been a very popular item. Now, we're talking about price. How good is that price? Let's show you this. Right, now our usual deal there is £199.99. Advanced Homewares, bits by a penny, cheeky. Amazon is £179.95. Onbuy.com, £179.90. Right. They're good. They're competitive pricing. If you go on there now, the chances are it's still that price. We checked earlier on today. £74.99, absolute bargain for this. Now, that's one of the reasons why it's flying out. But I'll tell you what also is flying. That Girmi mattress vacuum. It's more than vacuum. It's got UV light built in. It sterilises as well as vacuum, and it's got vibra wave technology in there to help lift up all those mites and so on. Right. We are limited stock. Oh my word, there's as many in baskets as we have available. If it keeps going like this, people are going to be missing out. Now, yes, it's a 24-hour deal. Yes, you're getting a ridiculous bargain. But once it's gone, this model, it's gone. We're not going to have this back, folks. So if you want to get yours home, if you never vacuum your mattresses, and look, lots of people don't understand that. I understand that. I've only just started getting into this, and I've only started realising how important this actually is. But for £69.99 is brilliant. Your mattresses, doesn't matter what style, what size, this is for you. And also it's good for your sofas, your 3-piece suites, dog beds, maybe in your rugs and your curtains and so on. Right, 853-766. You need to check out. We're going to have people missing out on this, okay? Don't miss out on that deal. Please don't miss out on that. I'm really impressed. Right, okay, let's go back to the Optimus 3. Right, Bev, now we've seen lots of steam mops, but this truly is so good. It's so unique, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, they've totally changed the concept completely. Yeah, it's still a steam mop, basically. So what they've done, because the biggest problem with steam mops is producing the steam up at the top. By the time it gets down to the bottom of the floor where you're going to be using it, it's started to cool down. So a lot of steam mops will say it's just over 100 degrees. By the time it comes out and is down on the floor surface, it's probably got to about
Because another model.
40.
Well, it might do. It's got a long way to travel, hasn't it?
Yeah,
And defeats the point.
absolutely. That's what overwets your floors for a start, because the actual steam is reverting back to water.
So you just spray out bits of water, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. So therefore, there's certain floors you can't do because you damage them. So what they have developed is this system, as you can see here.
So that's where you fill the water up. Oh, I see. So it's at the top there.
But also notice that part at the top has got a filter. So that water has been filtered before it gets down to the boiler. So once that water has been filtered of the impurities, it travels down to the bottom of the unit, and that is where the boiler is. And the boiler is heating the temperature to 130 degrees, and it's keeping that temperature constant. So whatever part of the floor you're sanitising, or whether you're using the other on the worktops or on the tiles even, you are sanitising every single part of that.
It's really good, and we talk about deodorising, we're talking about killing, what, let's say up to 99% of like germs and bacteria and so on, with no chemicals. But by the time, you mentioned that filter, I don't think I've seen that on the, well, personally I haven't seen that on the steam mop before.
No.
So by the time the water's gone through there, a lot of the lime scales been removed.
What it does, you fill the actual unit here, as you can see, normal tap water, you don't have to put anything fancy inside there at all. It takes it up through the filter, okay? Now the filter obviously filters out the impurities, lime scale, all those sort of things, before the water goes then into the boiler, which sits down in the base in the head. So therefore that water that's gone into there is free of impurities, and it's been heated to 130 degrees. And because the boiler is close to point of contact, it keeps that temperature constant.
Because you need it high, because we know that 100 degrees and so on that's like the optimal temperature for sterilising, and that's the whole point. So the boiler's on the mop bed. It's so clever. It's so well designed. So how do we? So you got a long cable on this actually too.
We have, yes. I think it's about 5 metres.
About 5 metres.
Yeah, 5 metres. Also, you get two heads because they're interchangeable. Because that's what they want you to do. They want you to have this as a body, if you like, and then in the future, if you want to incorporate a different head, you don't have to buy the whole unit. For instance, the patio head that we've got tonight.
You can add that into the basket as well if you want to. Yeah, that's separate items. So if you've got outdoor patios, decking, you know, get even more use of your Optimus 3 steam mop. So if you want to add that in, it's on the bottom of the screen. Okay.
So you can add that. In fact, they're bringing out very shortly a floor polisher, which will fit onto the bottom of here. So as I say, it's interchangeable. So it's going to be something that you're going to have. It's longevity, isn't it?
Yeah.
Also comes with a carpet glider, so you can do the carpet as well. Now, what I've done with this one is I've actually taken the pole out, the longer pole, and put the other head that you're getting, which is a triangle one, because now you can go and do your worktops. You can also do your cooker hoods. You could do the tiles, the shower enclosure, all those things. So it's not just a floor mop.
Off. Yeah,
absolutely.
So you use it similar to a handheld. So you get the actual cleaner itself.
Yeah.
You get one rectangular mop head.
Yes.
Attachment. You get a triangular one.
You get a triangle one.
And in terms of the microfiber, like the actual heads, you get 2 of each.
Yes.
So 2 of each shape.
Absolutely, 2 of each shape, washable. In fact, I would suggest when you get it home, wash your cloths before you use them, because it's like towels, you just take off that particular coating.
40, whatever.
40, 60, whatever you want to do, depends how dirty they get. No fabric conditioner, because that stops absorbency on anything
the
like
microfiber, so no fabric conditioner.
Yep, so you do that. Also, if you notice...
It's been a busy show. This is ridiculous. It's the lowest price. Lowest price. It's amazing.
We've got these special cloths, which are each one of these little tiny loops has got a hook on the end of it. You can't see it unless you especially look under a microscope. And what that does, that helps for the dirt to cling to. And these are actually, some of these are finer than a human hair. So that's why there's so many of them clumped together. And that also helps to be a little bit more like a scrubbing brush, that sort of thing.
Shall I grab a clean
yeah.
one so we can see it? Here we go. Okay. I mean,
You
it's
can
good
see
because
one, yeah, can you see?
even if your floors look clean, that proves that, well,
well,
not
yeah, we're
necessarily
just
the case.
doing that, yeah.
Oh, so they're good. Oh, I
Yeah.
see. They're good.
Aren't
Do you
they
know what
good quality?
they feel?
Yeah.
Because some microfiber mop heads I've seen, and cloths actually, they're
Yeah.
quite thin.
Yes,
But
they
this
are.
Isn't. This has got a bit of a loft to it almost.
It has, but if you notice, you probably can see it better on, if you can't see it on that side because of all the things, you turn it the other way, you can see the quilting, you know, where the quilting is,
So that's
and
the
that
back, yeah.
concentrates more of the microfiber loops in one area, so it makes it a lot stronger, and that's what's on there.
Honestly, that feels better than some of my towels.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a really, really good quality. I'm genuinely impressed by that.
Yeah, they are.
So you get 2 rectangular for your
Yep.
carpet glider, obviously for your carpets, and 2 triangular for your hard floors.
Yep,
That's brilliant.
absolutely. As I say, wash them before you start to use them. And the thing is, it heats up in 20 seconds, so it's good to go. So
I'd still be filling up my mop and bucket with
well, you would, wouldn't you? I mean, but I'd try to be finding mine. To
Yeah,
be quite
and
honest.
once you've bought this, once you've invested, you don't need to buy chemicals for it.
No,
It's tap water.
absolutely. And the thing is, the only time these mops are clean is when you take it out the packet and use it for the first time. And as soon as you start to put it onto the floor, unfortunately, what happens is you just spread the dirt around.
And your floors.
Somebody had to tell me how to use this the other day.
It seems old-fashioned using this thing.
Yeah,
now,
it
doesn't
does. Yeah, and the thing is as well, it overwets the floor. Even no matter how much you spin it, you still get a lot of soap marks on it because it's the chemical. I mean, how many times do
Quite
you
slippy.
clean a floor at home and then after it's dried, you walk on it and it sounds like a package of crisps you're walking on.
It doesn't
It's all sticky.
feel. You
Yeah.
can feel a bit of resistance sometimes, can't you?
That's the
But
chemical residue that's left
if that was
behind.
on laminate flooring, you know,
Yeah.
when it goes between the cracks or hardwood floor, it worries me making those floors too wet because they can warp, can't
Well,
they?
that's it. That's exactly what happens. So you want something that's going to sanitize, but also not over wet it. Now that's one pass over with 130 degrees of steam, and you have sanitized even inside the grouting. It's forced the dirt up.
That
But-
gets filthy, doesn't it?
yeah,
Grouting, yeah.
but that is virtually dry.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and that's how easy it is. Now, if you've got sealed wooden floors, you can't use a mop and bucket anyway.
Oh, no, don't.
So therefore, you'd
They're
want
not
to
cheap,
use
those
it.
things to put down.
No,
They're labour
not at
costing.
all.
As soon as it starts to warp,
Yeah,
you've had it, your eye just goes to it. It's a
of
pity.
course it does. But with this, you can use it on the sealed wooden floors.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if in the meantime you want to send a fragrance around the room, because I mean, let's face it, steam and clean doesn't smell of anything. It smells, if you like, fresh. That's
Yeah.
about all you
Less
can say.
odour, yeah, it takes the odour away, doesn't it?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Then put some beeswax underneath on the cloth, and then steam your wooden floor. You'll polish your wooden floor, but also you'll send that fragrance around the room.
Oh, I didn't know that had a fragrance. Good tip. That's a really good tip. And so you
Yeah.
get everything in the bundle to clean your hard floors and your carpets.
Yeah.
So, oh, I see. So that just slots on there, the
Yep,
carpet glider.
just slots on there, and so you've got your carpet glider now.
All types of carpets, Bev?
All types of carpets, absolutely. Now you've got turbo setting. You've got 3 settings actually: eco, normal, and turbo. I use the normal for the tiles. If I was using for my wooden floor, I'd put the eco one on. But because I'm using it for the carpet, I'm just going to press and put turbo on. What that does, it just increases the steam pressure,
Okay.
the amount of force of the steam. It doesn't alter the temperature. The temperature stays the
So
same.
it's easy to work with. You haven't got to
Oh,
worry
yeah.
about all these different settings.
I don't
It's
do
confusing.
instructions, you know.
Yeah.
It has to be very clear for me.
Okay, you don't need to worry about the steam because again the boiler is actually on the mop head. So
Yeah.
it's not going to cool down as it goes down the machine.
Nope.
It goes straight onto the floor.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be hot, and that's the whole point. It needs to be hot. Yeah.
Yes, it does. And like you can see there, it's putting lines into the carpet because what it's doing, it's swelling that carpet fibres open, forcing that dirt up to the surface, and then all you're doing is steaming it away. But you're also neutralising odours because what happens is if you've got pets and things like that, or you like to cook spicy foods and they seem to settle in the fabrics and the furniture.
Can do, yeah.
Well, if you use your steam, it neutralises bacteria.
It's
so
amazing.
it stops the actual odours completely.
You're not spraying chemicals on your furnishings.
No,
You know,
not at all.
I know people love steam mops because it can help rejuvenate the pile of the carpet. You know, in high traffic areas, you know, in like the middle of the stairs, you can see where it's been trampled down. Just plump it up, you know, just gently get it rejuvenated. Wow, that if it may look clean.
Yeah. And that's just, you know, people walking over it while we've been in there. Now, the thing is, you don't transfer dirt because what I'm going to do...
Because with a mop you would be now, wouldn't you?
Yes, you would, because as soon as you used it, I'm just going to go over to this way.
As we got,
Right.
so these could be tyre marks if you
Yep.
put your bikes in your hallway and so on.
Yep, absolutely. Now, if you've got a really stuffed
Over here.
one,
Yeah.
can you see?
Oh, look.
Okay. Now, if you hold it over for a few seconds, what it will do is it will break down the dirt and the dust, okay? So easy to do, but the steam creates a static charge between the dirt and the cloth, and it holds that dirt into the cloth, and it stops it from being transferred
it's
from
trapped
one
in there.
surface. Yep, so it's trapped in there, and so therefore there's no dirt transference from one surface to the other. Eventually, the cloth will become so full, then you will have that.
You
It's
get
when you
to
know
anyway.
to change it and wash it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You might want to buy extra mop heads. So you get your two rectangular. You get
Cloths.
Oh, sorry, I meant pads. Sorry, not mop heads. You don't need to buy extra of those. Just the pads, okay? So you do get two triangular pads and two rectangular pads in the bundle. If you want to buy another pair of each or just one of them, then you absolutely can do on the bottom of the screen. But you'll see them all on the website shopontv.co.uk. So okay, great stuff. So that looks like more of a handheld style now.
Yep. Well, what we've done now is we've taken the metal pole out, and this is the other head that you get. Now, you can use this for a floor one if you wish. It's entirely left to you, whichever you can manoeuvre easier. And then you can use this now to be able to use it to clean your worktops. Now, if you've got granite worktops or marble, absolutely brilliant.
Because they show up the streaks and the grease marks, don't they, so easily.
Also,
I've got some.
Yeah. Also, your chopping boards, the cooker hood that you've got as well, you can degrease that.
I can't remember the last time I did mine. You forget, don't you?
Yeah.
Because that gets matted on grease there.
It does.
And like tiles, if you've got behind your kitchen hobs
absolutely.
and so on.
Yeah, use the
They
tile.
trap the grease.
Yeah.
So this is still good at breaking down grease.
Yes, it will dissolve grease on contact. That's what steam does.
Right.
If the steam is hot enough, that's what it will do. And it has to be above 120 degrees to do that.
Right, and this is 130.
Yeah.
Do you know what? And this is it. And so even in the triangular mop head, the boiler's still in there.
Everything is still in the head. That's what they have patented for their machines. Is that's in the head, and also you've always got the filter which filters out the impurities before it gets anywhere near the actual boiler. I mean, really and truthfully, it's so simple yet so effective.
Yeah, it is. And do you know, it's the sleekest steam mop I've ever seen, you know. So in terms of storage, that's going to be ideal. And there's so many features in this to make it easy to use. For example, you know, in the top half of the machine, that's where you put the water in. So you haven't got to bend down to refill it all the time. So again, you get two mop heads, one triangular, obviously like this, and you get one rectangular, which fits the carpet glider. But again, this could be your kitchen, this could be your bathroom. And again, when one of your mop heads actually drying, one of your the mop pads, then the other one you could be using to actually clean. Now, let's say you've got really bad surfaces, you've got dried on stains and spillages, you might want to press the turbo because you've got 3 features on there. You've got turbo, normal or eco. So, you know, you're always in control of how much steam you want to be released. The temperature remains high though, and that's the difference here. The boiler is on the mop head, so it's not going to waste time cooling down because it hasn't got to travel far. It's in close contact with the ground as it's being heated. So rest assured, you're going to have that sanitizing power, that heat from the steam on your surfaces. That's the big deal. That's why people love the Optimus 3. We haven't had it in stock. We haven't had it on air for a long time, actually. I can't remember. It's the first time I've actually ever done this show with the Optimus 3, but I love this, and I also love a bargain. This is actually the lowest ever price that's ever been on Shop on TV with this particular mop, with the Optimus 3. So there you go. Don't spend £199.99. It's £74.99. What a bargain. Now, we talk about price comparisons. Look, I know it's late. Maybe you're thinking, oh, I need to go to bed, but I want to get this. But look, we've done some of the research for you because I'd want to know. I'd check on Amazon. That'd be the first place I'd go. £179.95. Fair play to them. That's good. On buy, £179.90. But look at our usual price. We can't do this all the time. It's our lowest ever price for £74.99. So once you've got this, you've got it. You're just adding tap water. How much money do you spend on chemicals on a weekly, monthly basis? You know, this could pay for itself quite quickly, actually, if you're used to using one of those old mop and buckets with your floor cleaner on there. But look, people love it for the sanitizing power of steam, the natural deodorizing power of steam, whether it's going to be on your carpets, your rugs, your tiles, your wooden surfaces, all of those. Perfect with this. You get the 2 mop heads and you get 4 mop pads in total, and yes, they can be machine washable, so they're all machine washable, all those 4. So it's 651541. Right, anything else you want to show us then, Beth?
Well, the patio cleaner, because I think at this time, and you know, we're looking, aren't we, for decking and that sort of thing. Also, you know, use this part of the head if you want to for your patio furniture. You know, you can take it outside and do that. But this one has got like a scrubbing brush that's on it.
This is a genius. This is so worth having. Yeah. So what kind of patios then? Like stone patios?
Stone, tiles? Anything, you know, concrete, just normal basic patios, anything, paving, anything, because the thing is, you're not using any chemicals that's going to do any damage. So you're just using, if you like, steam combined with this scrubbing brush. But you can also, it comes with 2 pads, like so. Yeah. So you've got 2 pads, so you can actually take the brush off, put the pad on, and that's what you can use on your patio furniture if you want to do that.
Or inside, maybe.
Yeah. So to be able to remove it like it is with any of the heads, there's a little button on the handle. So if you just pull that back, and then what you do is just unscrew it, and that's literally how easy it is to take off. And you can change it to the triangle one, or in this case we're going to put the patio one on. Put him back in and then literally click him into position.
Done, and that's it.
Done. That's it, you're done.
So for an extra £39.99, a piece of kit, you know, you're saving well over £100 on the actual machine anyway, so put it towards this.
Yeah.
So this could be your decking, this could be your tables, wooden tables.
Yep, whatever you want to do, and just literally use the patio combined with the actual brush. It will agitate the dirt. I would have this on turbo if I was going to use it for the patio, because obviously you've got a little bit more pressure.
You get algae there, and it can be slippy, can't it?
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
Honestly, I'm really intrigued to try this because I've been using a jet washer, and it's quite aggressive. You know, it churns out the cement, the sand resin jointing compound thing. But this is going to be much kinder to it.
Well,
much kinder.
And also you're not spending a fortune on, you know, chemicals and stuff like that. Also, we painted our patio many years ago. And of course, I always clean mine with a pressure washer for years. Yeah. But I can't use a pressure washer now because it would just blast all the paint and everything else.
Of course it would. Yeah, they're too aggressive sometimes.
Too aggressive. But where this, I can use this to get into the joints as well, and also then put the cloth on and I go and finish off and do the patio table and the chairs and all those sort of areas without having to use any chemicals whatsoever.
And you find this lightweight to use then, Bev?
Will you have a feel at that?
It is, isn't it? That's lighter than my cordless vacuum, for example. That's how I would say. It's about 2 kilos, I think, 2 kilograms.
Yeah, it is. But it's manoeuvrable. It's so easy. I mean, with the swivel head, I mean, I think it makes it easier. And also, lying it flat, it has got a low profile. And another beauty of this is you don't have to wait for it to depressurise or to cool down. You can add. That
was for Jay who emailed in. Jay, thank you very much. Great questions, all these. We've only got about 24 minutes left on this live show, so if you've got any more questions, just email us in, folks. But the clock's ticking, and so is the stock, I must say, especially on that Girmi vacuum mattress. So if you want to go for that, then do not hang around. But whilst we're here, if you want to go for this additional mop head, so if you've already got the Optimus 3 add that in for $39.99. But let's go back to the actual bundle. No! Let's stick with this. Right. We're live. Right, $39.99. If you want to go for the Optimus mop head, this is for your outdoor patios. It's $39.99. Normally, $79.99. You're not paying anything anywhere near that. It's pretty much was half price. It's $144,605. Well done if you're adding that in. But of course, it all starts with the actual steam mop itself, the Optimus 3. We love this bundle. Let's show you. Let's talk through it. Okay, so this is what you're going to get home for your money. Normally, for a lot more than $74.99. Okay. Yes, you're going to get the actual steam mop. It's patented technology. This from Home Tech, and I love the white and the gold colour. I think it looks quite classy. Okay, so you're going to get your carpet glider there. You're going to get your mop head, which is great for your carpets. Of course, that goes into the glider. You're going to get your 2 rectangular mop pads, and then you're also going to get your triangular mop head. People love using this one for your hard surfaces. And let's say you got corners, in your tiled kitchen floors. That's going to go straight right up there into the corners. And you're going to get 2 of the mop pads too. Yes, they're all machine washable. Bung them in at 60, 40, whatever you prefer. Don't use fabric softener because you want the microfiber to really lift that dirt and trap it. And that's what these are going to do. They're really good quality. Right, £74.99 is a bargain to get all of that home. Yes, you get instructions. Yes, you get the bottle to fill it up to with water. Just cold tap water. Right, 3 payments of £27.31. That's it. Look, I've seen lots of steam mops. I've never seen one like this. Certainly haven't seen one in my experience as light as that or as sleek as that, but this is patented technology. A steam mop, this is the headliner for me, the boiler is in the mop head. That's the most important thing here, because if the boiler's nowhere near the floor, by the time the steam travels down, it's lost the temperature. The whole point of steam cleaning, you want that high temperature to hit the floor as soon as possible, and that's why it's good to have the boiler in the mop head there. £74.99, guys. Please don't pay the usual price, $199.99. We had had this on before. It's been such a long time, lots of us can't remember it. It has been on for a very long time, but not only have we got it back, it's at the lowest ever price. It's never been on for £74.99 before. So if you're one of the many individuals who's buying it now, well done, you've got a bargain. So 651541. This is brilliant. If you need to shop with us, by the way, go to the website shopontv.co.uk, or you can give us a call. It's 03333 241 241. Right, okay, now we had a message in from Ash, I believe it is. Or Ashley, thank you very much. Thanks for answering my question regarding the energy consumption. I will be ordering 10 of these now for my 10 rental caravans. Kind regards. What a brilliant idea. Honestly, Ashley, thank you very much for that. Carl's been in touch again. Thanks very much, Carl, who says, hello again, guys. Just to answer the question for the person who wants to know. Oh, what the power is, it is 300 watts. Carl, thank you very much. You should be here. But you know what, thanks very much.
I can go home, Carl, hurry up.
We can go home, Beth.
Yeah, I'm going to say thank you.
We really appreciate your research now. Honestly, there's a lot to talk about. And guys, thank you. And Ashley, 10 rental caravans, that's brilliant. So maybe you own B&Bs, hostels, restaurants and so on.
Yeah,
it's going to be great.
Absolutely. Look, Ash, can I just say, if you are interested in these for these 10 caravans...
You do need to check the baskets out.
You do,
Yeah.
because I know it's not going to be that price.
We're on the brink here.
I know the next ones that are coming in, they're quite a lot more money. So please get them now.
So this is the last of the stock now of this. We won't see this model again, folks.
Well, you won't at this price.
At this price, no, for £69.99. That is fantastic, with very limited stock. Very limited stock. For those who have just joined us, it's 23 in the morning. Thanks for joining us. Tell us about it. It's not just a vacuum, is it? Though?
No, not at all. It's well, if you like, it kills bed bugs, also dust mites. How it does that quite humanely, actually, if you can call it that. It has a UVC light. Now, the UVC light sterilises, if you like, as we know UVA and UVB also sterilises. Now, the UVC light, what that does, it alters the DNA structure of the egg, basically, so it stops them from hatching out. So you're actually stopping them at source before they have time to hatch out.
It's sterilising.
So it sterilises, it completely alters it. You've not used any chemicals whatsoever. I mean, honestly and truthfully, it is so easy to use, because literally, that's all you need to do.
Oh, this is going to go, it's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if you were having to, if you like Ashley's got rental caravans, and he was unfortunate to have an infestation, you know, you'd have to either have fumigated, or you'd have to buy chemicals and spray all the fabrics, not just your mattress. You do the pillows, you do your soft furnishing, you put your curtains, and by the time you finish, that can be quite costly. But to have one of these, all you need to do is just run over it with this machine, because it beats 3,000 times per minute, so it forces anything up to the surface of what you're actually...
gently agitates to get...
Agitates, that's exactly. But the UVC light, which is here, will actually kill the dust mite or the bed bug. Now, you can't see that light, because it's not on the human eye spectrum, so therefore don't think to yourself I
prefer that. I don't want to see it.
I know. Well, no, exactly. No. But yeah, I assure you, it is there. It's working.
And it's facing down away from you, isn't it? Of course.
Yeah. Well, it is. You're not vacuuming like that.
No, of course you're not. No.
You're vacuuming like that, and that's where it is. It's doing the job straight into the fabric, and so therefore not only is it removing them, it's also using that UV light to be able to sterilise and sanitise that surface. And that goes for anything, whether it's the pillows or whether you want to use it upside down on the bed head, because it works in all directions, because we all know that soft furnishings, you know, you've got chair backs, you've also got curtains that you're going to use in that direction, and it doesn't lose power or anything like that. It works exactly the same.
And it's lightweight. I mean, you've got quite a large area it covers, so you could do a mattress in a few minutes.
Oh, yeah.
It's not only using a little crevice tool and a vacuum, it's quite a wide area in one part.
Absolutely. I mean, what I tend to do with mine is I change my beds at the weekend, and just before I start to make them back up, I just run over it with the thing. I mean, I've got 2 cats, you know, there's no telling what they're going to bring in. No. But it's peace of mind.
Yeah, well, of course it is. And,
you know, pet beds.
Mind for £69.99, once you've got it, you've got it. And maybe you haven't cleaned your mattress for years. You know, you won't be alone, because people are starting to talk about this a lot more now. You know, you often hear bubbling around in the news bed bugs and things, don't you? Dust mites. And you know what? If you research symptoms of dust mites, you know what? Maybe that resonates for you. You know, who knows? Always do your own research, of course. But I read some people can experience itchy skin, and maybe it could be on asthma and so on. You know, who knows? But always check that online, of course, yourself. But anything we could do to help to prevent these kind of thing, that's really worth the money, this, folks. We spend, a large proportion of our lives in bed, don't we?
Yeah.
Let's make it a nice, sanitised environment. We might as well, especially for that price there. That is, I mean, this is a new mattress, by the way, too.
New mattress, yeah. We've done the cushions, we've done the chair. I mean, what about pet beds?
the old chair,
absolutely fantastic for pet beds. And also, these are all washable. So the filters, both the mesh and the HEPA filter, is all washable. That's why I suggest you get the spare filter, because while you've got one drying, you can have another one to use, because you can bet your bottom dollar you'll think to yourself is, oh, I'll go and do the 3-piece suite, and the filter needs to dry a little bit longer. So get the spare filter while you go.
It won't increase your postage of packaging if you want to go for an extra HEPA filter. And that's high efficiency particulate air. So that basically means it helps to trap the fine dust particles there.
Absolutely.
As we've just seen there. I'm really impressed. And it looks like you've got a long cable there, Bev, as well.
It is 5 metres, the cable. So, yeah, you've got quite a decent length.
Yes, around that, isn't it?
It
is good. You know, I mean, that'd be easily enough.
Oh, easy. I've got king size and my bed I can...
Right, and that's fine.
Yeah, because you can guarantee, you know, the plug's always underneath a cabinet or at the other end of the room, isn't it? So,
I think so. And, you know, I guess, yes, your sofas, of course, too. But, you know, if maybe even your car seats or something.
You do anything.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, you might have pets that you take to the park and they come back in the car and...
Yeah, this is it.
You know,
for me, though,
it's not just dust mites and bed bugs, you know. It's,
well, as soon as you mention the bed bugs, I mean, I've never met a single soul who wants bed bugs or dust mites in their bed. Of course, people don't want it. And they feed the dust mites. They feed off our dead skin cells, which we naturally shed on a daily basis.
1.5 million every day.
I can't believe that. I never knew that.
1.5 million every day.
So imagine the build-up over a week without cleaning, 2 weeks without cleaning, years.
You know your best way to try whether you want how much your pillow is full of dust mites, feces and all the rest.
Yeah.
Put your pillow on your arm outstretched like that, and it's supposed to stay completely horizontal, all right? If it droops down either side like that, that's weighted down with dead...
Oh, don't.
Unfortunately, that's how they test to see.
Well,
so if you've got a B&B or small hotel, what a fantastic system that you can just go round. You know, you get longer out of your mattresses.
Yeah, or even like sofa beds, like futons and so on. Other brands available. But I just think that's going to be so handy, even like camp beds. I think Ashley's buying a load for caravans. That's a great idea for caravans.
Oh, fantastic.
But Airbnb, you had a great idea. If you do Airbnbs or hotels, you know, you could make a note saying this has been vacuumed, sanitised mattress.
Yeah, what a fantastic thing. Also, suitcases.
Yeah.
You know, when you come back off holiday, that's how you bring them back is in your suitcase, is just run the vacuum inside the suitcase.
Around it. And please don't think if you just joined us, oh, well, I'll just use the attachment, you know, the upholstery attachment for my vacuum. It's more than just that. Yes, that'll help loosen some of the loose bits on top. But this has got that suction, yes, but it's also got that UV light that sterilises, breaks down the DLA, so it kills the bed bugs and the mites and all the stuff we don't want. And apart from that, you've got that vibra wave, so gently agitate and lift things to the surface. So this is doing a thorough job. And I've got to say, for $149.99, I'd still want it. This would still be busy, but you've picked a good time to get it. This is the last of the stock. We're not going to have this model back. It's £69.99. It is a bargain. Right, have it on on PayPal Pay in 3. It's a 3 paid to £24.98. I'm so impressed with that. This is very, very limited stock. Do you want to use this weekly? Go for it. Imagine how much could be in your... Not to scaremonger, but it does make you think, you know, look, when was the last time you vacuumed your mattress? We're used to mopping off floors. We used to get the vacuum out for our carpets, which dust mites can also live. You know, like curtains, maybe clean those. Maybe you got one of those rugs that are washable. You can mop those. You know, you could vacuum those. But when was the last time you actually did your mattress? It could be years for some people. It's not too late. Get this home. And honestly, I was watching videos on YouTube, and people were talking about why have I not done this before? Look, it's not the nicest viewing of in the world, I won't lie to you, but it's important. And I think the amount that could be collected after that first application, that first run over, can be quite astounding. So for $69.99 for that peace of mind, look, would you prefer to lie on your beds at night knowing you've helped to sterilise and remove those dust mites and bed bugs and all sorts? Of course we would. Right, it's 853-766. This could be the last time we get to talk to you about this. I'm impressed. One of the most important products I think we've done here personally on Shop on TV. They get 3 payments of £24.98. Right, okay, this has been a phenomenally busy show. Thanks so much. We've got about 9.5 minutes left. Thank you so much. Do you know what? For those who are on the fence and tempted by this, then Bev, with the vacuum, why would you be going for this?
Well, the thing is, you don't know what you're living with, do you?
No, you don't.
Your fabrics and all the rest of it. And I don't know about you, but I think allergies seem to be on the rise somehow. More so, whether it's talked about, I'm not quite sure. And I'm not a favour of any chemicals whatsoever, but I do like a nice clean home, and I like to try and do the best that I possibly can. And this sort of thing enables me to do that. I'm not going to have to use chemicals. I'm not going to have to worry about what surface I put it on, because a lot of mattresses, you know, you can't wet. You certainly can't use steam on with the memory foam and things like that. So what other alternative is a vacuum cleaner. Yes, okay, we can run the vacuum cleaner over it and probably eradicate a certain amount of it. But the difference between this is that UVC light that sterilises as you are vacuuming. So you are helping to eradicate your bed bugs, your dust mites, the allergens that you bring in, also the pollen that's in the atmosphere. You're taking that out. And if all it takes is for you to run over your mattress, I don't know, once a week, once a month, just gives you peace of mind.
Help keep it low down. You're keeping on top of it, aren't you?
Absolutely.
For me, it's the physical kind of symptoms that bother me, but also I think psychologically, you know, you're giving it a once-over. It's worth it. But, you know, both reasons for me are quite equal in my mind.
It just makes it easier. I'm just thinking back. My daughter went to uni quite a few years ago now. First thing I did is grab my steam cleaner, run straight up and thought, right, you know, she's in residence and I'll do all her room. But I couldn't do the mattress because the mattress had got a protector on it, okay? Wouldn't this have been a fantastic idea that I could have chucked that in the back of the car? Just gone over the mattress for her, because she did suffer from allergies for dust. That's how I got into steam.
You don't know how well they're cleaned, some halls of residence and so on.
You know.
And you know, that would go in a drawer. That could go in my bedside drawer, perhaps, or one of them.
Absolutely. Also, you know, if you're going away and you're hiring somewhere and you just think to yourself well, you know, I'm not quite so sure of whether that's been cleaned. Because, I mean, let's face it, they don't change the mattress every time someone comes in.
No, you don't know, do you?
You know, so you can take that, plug it in and just run over it, especially if you're someone who does suffer from allergies. Surely that's going to help to make you feel a little better.
Anything that can help. And, you know, how much of our lives do we spend, you know, asleep? And with the third, they say, or something like that. But we spend a lot of time on our beds, you know what, and I just think, you know, when you change your sheets and they feel nice and clean, it's a lovely thing. But imagine that, knowing you've sanitised your mattress, or maybe your headboard as well, if it's fabric. That's going to be a nicer feeling. I think for me, psychologically, I would sleep better knowing I've used this on top. So as you pass over, you've got that suction, you've got that vibration to help to lift those mites, those bed bugs to the surface, so they can be effectively sucked up. But you've got that UV light that breaks down the DNL, effectively killing the mites and so on. So we're vacuuming, we're cleaning, and we're sterilising for £69.99. Your sofas, your three-piece suites. Maybe you bought a second-hand sofa off the internet.
Wow, yeah.
You know? I mean, I want to make sure that's properly cleaned. For, £69.99, bargain. It's 853-766 for your item number. It is a cracking piece of kit. It's been very popular in the past, but this is going to be the last show. We're moving on to different models and all sorts. But to get one at that price is fantastic. It does everything you need a mattress vacuum to do. It really, really is. So if you've got any questions, we've got about 5 minutes left. It's studio@shopontv.co.uk. If you're quick, we should still be able to answer them for you. But this is on the edge now. It's about to sell out. We're very, very limited stock. 3 payments of £24.98. Next time you change your sheets, just give this a once over on your mattress. Doesn't have to take long at all. And those pads, the bed bits, they're the vibration part.
Vibra wave pads, they're the ones that agitate whatever you're vacuuming, whether it be the mattress, the pillows. It just makes the fabric move, so the suction pulls it up to the top. The UVC actually kills the dust mite or the bed bug because it alters the DNA structure. That's how it works. It's not using any chemicals whatsoever, so therefore you're free to sleep straight away into the bed. You're not got to wait for it to dry. And also pet beds, or if you've got animals and they sleep on a particular chair, or you just want to do your soft furnishing. Doesn't matter what it is, you can use it on everything.
And there you go.
How good is that? And it's not taken any effort.
Car seats, the boot of your car even.
Anything.
Yeah,
absolutely anything.
It worries me.
Peace of mind.
If you see something on the floor, you think, oh, I'll get that done. As soon as you've removed it, you think, nice, clean. But you can't see these things.
No.
The dust mites, they're microscopic, aren't they?
They are.
You can't.
Yeah.
You don't know how many's in there.
No.
You don't need to know. Just give this a once over. And I think you've done, personally, the best you can.
Well, that's it.
Keep it under control.
Absolutely. You're not having to buy expensive chemicals. You're using something that's not going to harm you for a start.
Yeah.
And you're doing something that's actually getting rid of them, and you're not spending a fortune.
Well, you know what, absolutely right. We've got about 3 minutes left on the show. It's time to check out your baskets. If you haven't vacuumed your mattress for some time, even more so, we really, really recommend this. Do some research online. Honestly, it's horrifying the amount that people can collect after just one pass through on their mattress. Not scaremongery. I don't to be ashamed about. We naturally shed skin, don't we, as human beings? Dust mites are in all homes, but it's important to keep it under control for allergy reasons and so on. Right, this is probably the last time we're going to read out these details on Shop on TV with this. £149.99. This is £69.99. You're saving a lot of money. Well, you're saving more than what you're spending, put it that way. The item number is 853766. Don't worry if you forget it. The easiest way to shop, if you just head now, you can do it on your phones if you want, or your tablets and your laptop. It's shopontv.co.uk. Click on live deals, you scroll down, add to basket and check out. Tick the box if you want to choose PayPal Pay in 3, then absolutely go for it. All you would then spend today is £24.98. It is an absolute bargain. You've saved the money, you've given yourself peace of mind. I think, physically, read about the symptoms from dust mites and so on. But for me personally, it's really about the psychological benefits of this. I would just sleep better knowing I've given a bit of a once over and done what I can to keep those dust mites under control. No one wants them. No one wants these things, but they're there. They could well be there. But you know what? Talk about, I don't want to scaremonger, but just have a look at symptoms of dust mites, and it's quite eye-opening, actually. Lots of people don't know about these. I'm sure people have heard of bed bugs, but we don't quite know how to get rid of them. Do we need to fumigate the house and all the rest of it? People don't really know, and I don't really know until I started researching for this show. And I've come to realise how important these things truly are. Well, I'm not alone. You guys are with me. You have too. And that's why we have got through a lot of stock. To get limited stock, we had a lot of units. We had the last few. It was a fair amount, but we've got through them. Well done. Thank you so much. Right, we've got a lot more people trying to buy this than stock available, so people are going to be missing out. Apologies in advance. It's the next people who literally click that checkout button. That was good time. We've got less than a minute. It's about to sell out. So, guys, thank you so much. I'll be back tomorrow night. We've got lots more deals. We've got Blue Magic. Night after that, we've got some home solutions with Richard. Night after that, we've got drones. It's all going on here on Shop on TV. It's brilliant. Bev, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. so much. So
Always a pleasure to be with you.
it is. I love it. The Queen of Steam. Is that?
Oh, thank
is that
you.
regular? We should get that on a T-shirt, I think.
Yeah, we
But,
should.
so we got the mattress vacuum. You're also a big fan of the Optimus 3 as well, aren't you?
I am, yeah, absolutely. It just takes it up to a new level, doesn't it? Now,
I think so.
You know, it's all those tweaks and things like that, and it just makes your home environment
I think so.
nicer.
Well, Joe, we spend so much time in our homes. You know, when you have a bit of a clean, personally, I feel so much better.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just nicer to
Light,
wake up to.
fresh.
It's light, it's fresh. And if you have got pets, you want to help get rid of those odours, then the Steam Mop is absolutely brilliant. That's the Optimus 3 Steam Mop, which you'll also see on the website under live deals. But go for this mattress vacuum, the Girmi. It's been an absolute pleasure having this. I think it's so important. And it's been a pleasure having Beth. We'll see you very soon.
Thank you
so
very
much.
much.
Like I said, I'll be back same time tomorrow, just after midnight on ITV1 and STV. Have a lovely day. Take care.